Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover legends, where nothing's off limits. Free Agent Radio.
Baby, tap in. Tap in.
We done made it to a Friday. We done made it to another Friday. I will repeat this. They always say, well, you should never treat Fridays differently than you treat Mondays or Tuesdays. Nope. Nope. Damn it. Oh, my TV's loud. My bad. Hold on. Whoa. Wait a second, y'all. Shout to Media Room 360 TV. Working efficiently. All right. So, yeah, we done made it to a Friday. Made it happen. We don't have Jay Black on here because Jay Black is celebrating his 7th anniversary.
He's busy making babies, trying to make babies.
No, I hope they're not making any babies.
He's still working. He called me yesterday while I was at track practice and talked to me for about 25 minutes about work.
Yeah.
Make no mistake about it. That's not work. No. That's him being controlling.
I was like, Jay, aren't you on vacation? Aren't you supposed to be with your wife? Where is she at?
Whatever it is, they're having a good time because they get there. Jay has put everything for us. Like the group text is crazy. They got snacks, they got drinks, they got where they're gonna eat, they got the boat that they went on. But shout to them because Jay's probably on here right now. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Shawnee Scott. Good morning.
Good morning. I am trying to free up some space, some disk space on this Mac so I can upload these other videos.
Oh, well, okay. All right. She went behind the scenes. Shout out to everybody on IG Live. Everybody on IG Live, rock out with us. Don't forget Media Room 360 TV. Sexy Mo.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. So how's your morning?
It's a finer Friday for me. So
it's a what Friday?
It's a finer Friday for me. That's why I'm in all of this royal blue. Shout out to the Zetas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wait, say that again.
It's a finer
Friday for me today.
A finer Friday. I don't get that. Like, what does that mean?
So finer womanhood is one of our principles. And of course, finer Fridays is where you're going to see me wear all of this nice royal blue and white and get to some business today.
So what do you do when, because I'm not caught up, wrong word. Sorry. I'm not educated in this. So what do you do when you're just walking around like a regular person?
So finer is 24/7 for Zetas, but on finer Fridays, it's just like an extra added sense of finer to it. That's all.
Oh, okay. That's
finer is on like 100 and this on 1920 on Fridays.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. I get it. Well, I don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't get it.
I don't. I respect it. I just don't get it. I'm like, okay. All right. Cool. All right. So it's Friday. It's a beautiful day out here. I'm in Jersey. I'm on the East Coast. Shawnee's over there in Texas doing what she has to do and making all that stuff happen. You can tell like the time difference. 1 hour changes everything because I can tell, Shawnee, you're still in the dark, right?
Well, yeah. The sun is starting to come up. It's over there. The east is that way, and it's starting to come up.
Shawnee is on like a wing in her home. Shawnee is like on a wing where it's like really shaded. You don't know what time of day it is. Like, especially if you got shades up, you gotta like look out. She's on like the penthouse type deal situation.
Yeah, but when you're in Texas, it's dark. Like over here, I've already gone out, grabbed some coffee.
Yeah,
the sun was out. I walked the dog. I did the whole thing. I did everything. Like when I was in Texas, right now, I already know the darkness that is going on right now. Like, look.
Let's see. Well, that's not
the sun is just rising there.
See, the sun is coming up.
The sun is just rising.
It's coming up.
It's coming up right now. All right, y'all. The most exciting thing in music is about to happen. I think it happened. No, it happens today.
Oh, I thought it happened last night.
Yeah, supposedly it happened last night, but then I checked everything to try and purchase it.
Oh.
The most amazing artist in the last 20 years, Kanye West, is dropping Donda, right? Did I say it correctly, Donda? He had a listening party yesterday, and the one thing I'm just incredibly shocked over is that the single that I did get to hear, Jay-Z is on.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's when I was like, oh, really?
Yes.
But why is that shocking?
Because Kanye went at Jay-Z's neck on his tour, and then Jay-Z went at Kanye's neck, and all of a sudden they're cool now, and all of a sudden Jay-Z, I never thought you'd hear Jay-Z on another Kanye West track ever.
Well, Kanye's like a little brother to Jay-Z. It's like, the little brother.
Whoa. Stop with the little brother thing. I'm bigger than you.
Yeah.
I'm not your little brother anymore.
No, but that's how they kind of started out. But that's their relationship. Like with your siblings, you fall out and y'all be okay.
Yeah, but I'm not your little. There's never been
brothers.
No. There is no brothers. I'm bigger than you.
It don't matter.
I'm bigger. No, it does matter. It does matter when I'm bigger than you.
It doesn't matter because just because you're bigger than me doesn't mean I don't assist you with some things and helping you with that or encouraging you to be bigger or be great.
Jay-Z said, I gave you $30 million. And now Kanye's like, well, get on my album now because I'm worth more than you and I'm bigger than you.
I don't think they that petty.
Good morning.
You don't think Jay-Z and Kanye are that petty? Are
Not
you
with each
kidding me?
other. Not with each other.
Wait, whoa. Are you think Jay-Z and Kanye West Jay-Z made a song and said, I gave you $30 million in a blinking of an eye, and then you gave me 10 minutes on stage, and they're not petty? And Kanye got on stage in front of his whole in front of everybody and said, I know you got shooters, but you're not. Wait a minute. Whoa. Johnny.
They're
These
like brothers.
These are the two. No. These are the two most pettiest people in the entire universe.
Petty Betty number 1 and Petty Betty number 2.
Nobody is. No. Kanye West and Jay-Z didn't even talk for 2 years,
as far as we know.
Well, remember, he didn't show up to the wedding.
Well, Jay-Z didn't show, and Shawny said they're not petty. Jay-Z didn't show up to the wedding.
Maybe that was planned for them. Not
no, that's called petty bitches. And guess who's bigger? Guess who's bigger than Jay-Z right now? After all these years, guess who is that dude? Kanye.
I mean, but
Kanye tapped on the mic and said, "Dude, come get on this song because I'm bigger than you now."
He probably didn't say that.
Sean, you think Kanye didn't say? You think Kanye West didn't remind somebody that all these years I've been your producer? Oh, let's make this clear. Dame Dash is the one who listened to me rap. He rapped in front of Jay-Z's face and Jay-Z ignored him. Do you really think Kanye's petty ass didn't say, dog, you know what it is now? I'm about to drop the biggest album of the year. Boom. You want to get on it?
Yeah, that's probably what he said. This is about to be big, Jay. You want to be a part of it?
No. The biggest.
Okay, Jay, this is the biggest. This is gonna be the biggest album.
So bring your ass on here now.
You want to be a part of it. You want to be a part of this. Yeah.
There go those ego words.
Yeah. So but I don't think they.
Because Kanye won. And I'm look, Kanye won. What you want me to say?
Maybe Jay-Z is in a different space, and he said it makes sense.
Yeah, it's called the $3 billion space. Not the Kanye West $6.5 billion space. Like
Well,
y'all, like
No, I mean, I look at my daughters. They in about 2 hours they're gonna be at each other's throats, and then 45 minutes they're the best friends. Or you better not get in between them in their argument, or else it's gonna be a problem. So I just think they have that type of relationship because even after all of that in interviews, that's how Jay-Z made it
interview.
seem.
What? Jay-Z killed him on his album.
Yeah, on the album, but when he did that, what's that show with David Letterman? Introducing next or whatever my next guest is. They talked about that. They talked about the relationship with Kanye. And he said, you know, hey, we have differences and we're like brothers, but that's my brother. I love him.
It's because the first person Jay-Z's ever dealt with in hip-hop, he's never dealt with anybody in hip-hop that became bigger than him. Ever. Ever. There's never been a point in Jay-Z's life where now he has to go, and Jay-Z's at the height.
You're saying financially, like financially.
I'm saying financially and musically, because Kanye is an absolute genius. Kanye is the rapper and the producer. He is I'm not saying Jay-Z's not amazing. Kanye West is like one of the, he's like a Stevie Wonder to hip hop. Like if you literally realize that Kanye West produced some of Jay-Z's hottest albums ever, and then produced his own albums, and now has surpassed him not just musically, fashion, killed him. Like we are really gonna stop playing with Kanye right now. Kanye is the most, in the last 15 years, is the most iconic artist that we've had.
Well, remember when we had him for Behind the Beats in Philly when he first came out? Like he professed all of this. Like he kind of told us a whole story and painted a whole story of what he was going to do. And he superseded that in my eyes.
And I don't even agree with everything Kanye says, but I will tell you this. He surpassed everybody. I'm talking about Dr. Dre. I'm talking about Jay-Z. I'm talking about Diddy. There is nobody.
Like, I mean, but are they really in competition like we make them be in competition?
Not at this point in their life.
I don't think so.
Now, personally, the ego probably so.
If they weren't in competition, why did they mention each other in both their albums? Why would they mention each other?
Because they knew people would listen.
First of all, because there's no such thing.
That's the status. That's the bar.
Wait a second. There's no such thing as no competition in hip hop. There's no such thing. We are in competition no matter what.
I think Jay-Z and Kanye are like at such a different level that it's not, it's like, all right, dude, I'm gonna make this album. This one I'm gonna say, you say this on yours, and we just gonna keep everybody.
No, because Jay-Z in the 444 album mentioned Kanye and said, "How the hell I give you $30 million in the blink of an eye, and you give me 30 seconds on your tour?"
Yeah,
is not that was his last album. So y'all listen.
Yeah, but that was. Yeah, I understand that, but I don't think they beefing that hard with each other.
That don't make any sense.
Why it don't make sense? If they're like brothers,
if you mention, they're not like brothers. They're like brothers who they first of all this they're like brothers. No, they're not.
That's what they said.
They both use each other for whatever it is, and Kanye won. This the thing is, Kanye won. And it's 2 times Jay-Z lost. Once to Nas and once to Kanye. He lost. And Kanye is on a whole. And the craziest thing is, think about what we're saying right now. Jay-Z is at the apex of his career. And Kanye still topped him. That is crazy. Think about that for a second.
Why is that crazy?
Because that is the most amazing feat ever. That's like saying Michael Jordan. That's like saying Michael Jordan. I think LeBron's better than Michael Jordan, but that's like LeBron doubling Michael Jordan. Kanye has doubled Jay-Z.
Well, somebody got to do it.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't understand why you're asking me if that's crazy.
I mean, I don't think the relationship between them is that there's a bunch of turmoil. I think they cool.
Wait, what do you mean turmoil? Jay-Z wasn't even going to his wedding. He invited him. What do you mean turmoil?
I understand that he invited him, and I understand that he and Beyonce did not show up.
Yes,
I understand that.
Because guess what? The most egotistical people are billionaires, and Jay-Z, he got Jay-Z on the album like, dog, stop playing. Stop playing. Dog, Kanye runs this. He runs it over Diddy. He runs it over Russell Simmons. He runs it over Jay-Z. And everybody needs to just fall in line and be like, okay, all the stuff that we said about him, all the stuff we said about Kanye, guess what? He runs it. He runs it. The ugly, those shoes are ugly. Okay, they're now $1,000 a pair.
Right.
Oh, he married Kim Kardashian. Okay, I divorced her and it doesn't even affect me because now I'm 6 billion deep.
Well, technically, I was riding with you until you said that. So, in one of his songs during his the listening party, Michael Shawn, he actually wrote about his divorce, wrote about Kim and his time in Calabasas, and he literally broke down crying in front of the listening audience for like 2 minutes on his song. When he was doing a reflection of Kim and losing Kim.
Did it affect 6 billion?
Of course, it's never going to affect the money.
Okay, well, I cried too.
Never going to affect the money. But, during the listen part.
I cried too. Who cares? Who cares?
But do you
and let's be clear, he left her.
Well, he said it was like he kind of likened being in Calabasas, their house in Calabasas, to being in a prison for these last couple of years. And so, yeah.
Yeah, he got out. It's over there. He got out. Reggie Bush got out. Shout out to Reggie Bush. He got out.
He got out. I mean, we saying it's like Kim is a evil dictator.
Oh, you don't think they were?
I mean, I don't know. They, I'm still hoping that they get back together. They have a beautiful family. I hated to see that.
Why?
Because they've created this beautiful family. They are a nice looking couple.
Wait a second. Y'all were the one. Wait. Y'all, and I say black woman, y'all were talking about the Kardashian curse. He broke out of the Kardashian curse, bounced out. And then y'all said the mom was the mastermind. And he was like, girl, you done got played. I'm out. What are y'all upset about?
I'm not upset. I want him to be happy. I'm not upset.
But he's the sequel to Get Out. He got out. He made it. He won. He Harriet Tubman them bitches.
What is this about? But he the one who asked her to marry him. I mean, it's not like she came to him and said, "You're gonna marry me, Kanye."
Well, he had been fantasizing about Kim. I mean, since the moment that they met, like they've had this friendship, this like kinetic energy since he met. But that I'm not happy. The only person I'm not happy for is the kids, because the kids. But in terms of their relationship, I think that this is probably the best thing for Kanye.
He deserves
to be happy.
He was the one guy who beat the Kardashians at their own game. He beat them.
What is this about beating? I mean, life is not about I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. What is this about?
What life are you living? What life are you living?
Well, I don't wake up every day wanting to beat somebody.
Girl, when they're trying to use you because you're Kanye, and then you beat them at their own game. Wasn't the mama y'all told me she was the mastermind behind all this?
So I stand behind that. I think that's the mastermind.
Guess who?
Pimping her daughters out. Yes, she is.
So guess who beat her? Kanye. Kanye said, I'm going to use your daughter for what I want to use, and we're going to love these kids. But guess what? You're not going to control me the way you controlled everybody else. Everybody said that the mom was the one who made Chloe, Kim, the rest of them. She was the mastermind. And guess what Kanye did? He beat her. He beat her. He beat Jay-Z. He beat Beyonce. He beat everybody. And I'm sitting there going like, finally, when the man lost his mom and he flipped out.
Yeah.
And Kim was sitting there and everybody's like, yo, he's going crazy. He's taking drugs and then he gets off the drugs. He's getting fat and he's fighting and he's trying to do his thing. Then he makes a gospel album. He gets killed for the gospel album. He gets killed because he's telling Kim Kardashian, I don't think our kids should dress like this. He's getting killed for whatever he does. And then at the end of the day, he wins. He's the mastermind behind fashion, music, and the whole thing. All the people that we were like, Beyonce and Jay-Z are better than Kanye and Kim Kardashian. They're not better than Kanye.
Good morning, Chartice.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chartice. They're not better. Like, dude, he was the underdog. He was the underdog, and he actually is like here now, about to drop an album that is about to be crazy.
I mean, we're happy for him. Oh, I'm happy for him, but
no, I'm just saying he won. I'm just saying in that whole thing, because I was on that radio when we were killing Kanye. Kanye's pathetic. Kanye's this. Kanye's that. Kanye, oh, his clothing line is whack. His shoes are whack. This is whack. The album is whack. And then all of a sudden you go like, when he was on Sway and he was like, Sway, you don't know. You don't know about this. And everybody was
the answer, Sway.
You ain't got the answer, Sway.
Yes.
That is the most when I see somebody who says you ain't got the answers and he turns out to be right, man, applaud that dude.
I mean, yes, he's definitely done a great job. We're proud of Kanye.
Not a great job. He's done a historical job. Nobody's done what Kanye's done. Name one person. You can't name one person. Barry Gordy. You can't name Rob Johnson, the owner of BET. You can't name Kathy Hughes, the owner of Radio One. None of these cats have done what Kanye's done. And I'm sitting there going like, and I've criticized Kanye. He about to drop an album right now that you just hear, and the fact that Jay-Z's on it. Guess who's the boss?
Only seems right for Jay-Z to be on.
Yeah, and guess who's the boss now? Guess who's the boss now? Kanye.
I wonder if Kanye, like during like the recording sessions, if he was like, "Nah, I don't like that. Go back in the studio, Jay."
Kanye's always been the boss.
Do something else.
He's never been the boss. Shawnee, he's never been the boss. He's never been the boss.
He's the
Shawnee.
person in
so
control
Kanye
of the
always waited for Jay-Z to give the head nod and approval to a lot of his music.
Dame Dash, Jay-Z, he was all under their thumb.
Yeah, for a while.
No, not for a while. We're talking a decade.
Yeah.
And then when he actually got to where he was supposed to be, Jay-Z and Beyonce still shitted on him.
How did Jay-Z and Beyonce do that to him?
They didn't go to his wedding when he invited them.
Petty Betty.
Dog, if I invite you and Mo to my wedding and y'all decide because the person you're with, you're not going to go, you shitted on me.
Majorly.
And then you mention me. Then we go back and forth and you mention me on your album.
Well, Kanye had to fit first on the floating that tour where he was floating on the stage. He went off.
And guess what? Everything he said was absolutely truth. Everything he said was you got shooters, don't get them. Yes, you do. And now everything is flipped because the guy that they called crazy literally was a genius. Stevie Wonder genius. And
But has
now,
Jay-Z and Beyonce called Kanye crazy?
yes, they did. They called him crazy, and Jay-Z and they got and Kanye was the only rapper who was bold enough to say what Jay does. Jay said on a lyric, you went to jail, you ain't seen your kid since the first grade. And they were like, you gonna tell? Who you gonna tell? Jay had people go to jail for him. And he was like, who you gonna tell? And Kanye was like, okay. He stood up there on that crazy stage that was floating in the air and said, I know he got shooters and I know this and that. And I'm going to say what I'm going to say. The boldness that Kanye has had to say, and Kanye ain't even no thug. That's even like on a higher level. And yes, we can't discount this N-word. This ninja is still bipolar and got issues. He's crazy genius though. And there've been tons of crazy geniuses. Ton. But the boldness that he had to stand up. Like he stood up. He stood up against the fashion world. He stood up against all of urban radio, Breakfast Club, Sway. He stood up against everybody and everybody.
When he first came out with the whole fashion thing, Jay-Z wanted him to, go urban, go urban. That's what, that's where you're at, go urban. And he was like, nah, I want, Milan. I want Paris. I want to be able to put my stuff on the runways during Fashion Week. And he did it in the biggest way because nobody expected Kanye to come out the way that he has and really make a big presence in the fashion world like that.
And they laughed at him. The Breakfast Club laughed at him. Sway and them laughed at him.
And those people. But I mean, he was in the right circle, doing the right thing.
But Shawty, he was not in the right circles. The people that he had around him, the Jay-Z's in the world, were telling him not to do this.
They told him not to do it.
I mean, what I'm saying is he got his stuff where it needed to be. So he got to the right people. And when we first saw that, we knew that wasn't getting ready to go urban.
Shawnee, he got shitted on by everybody, black people and white people. He got shitted on by the fashion world and the people in the urban world. He sat there and said, I know what I'm doing.
Right.
And he did it. Like what he did was, it's not supposed to happen.
Like, the houses,
he went against everybody.
Yeah, especially in the fashion world, the houses, it takes a lot and a long time for you to kind of amass that type of success to have, a house. He came in, he broke through, he basically broke barriers that nobody in the fashion world thought that he was going to do what he has done. And then have a longevity in it, so he's made his mark and he's here to stay.
And then the other thing was, and we all downplayed this because everybody's like, it was a setup. When his woman got robbed in France, and it come to find out that they had set them up, they had been plotting to rob her. We made him look crazy for that, for leaving in the middle of a concert in New York, and he left and ran out, got right on a jet to go. We made him look crazy for that. They were like, "Well,
I didn't think that was crazy."
No, I'm saying
the media, the
media made him look crazy. Like, listen, man, y'all better be happy. And this might sound crazy. Y'all better be happy that the man didn't have his mom still here. Y'all better be happy that he didn't have that support system with his mom, because if all this would have got done like 7 years earlier. I give that man, I don't agree with all the stuff he said, but I give that man credit. He is literally like decided, I'm not going to stop. And people be like, it's because he's bipolar. It's because he doesn't have medicine or what. Dog, the dude is amazing. The dude, he's absolutely amazing. And he's not the trendy where everybody's for him. Because 9 out of 10 times we're not for him. Like, we don't give him. Everybody's against the dude. Like, honestly, to not be too drastic, honestly, Kanye's the type of person that, like, if he would have actually committed suicide, would have been like, yeah, I kind of thought that was going to happen. And the man fought through it. His Stephanie said his clothing wanted the elite because he's from Chicago. He got that Midwest mindset. Okay, I'm not from the Midwest, so I don't know what that one is about. Action said it takes money to make money. All he did was use his money, but he didn't to his advantage. If we all had his milk, but Action, he was broke.
When was he broke?
He was broke.
Yeah, there was periods of time where like his liquid assets was broke. Mm-hmm.
And that's why Jay-Z got mad, because Jay-Z hit him with the 30 million, and that made him fly over his financial debt. It's in his lyrics.
Dang, I wish I had a friend that could give me $30 million.
I just wish I had a friend to give me a stack right now.
Over financial. Like, I forget what album. I have the song, but he was like, had me fly over financial debt when Jay-Z said it. I gave him 30 million in a blink of an eye. So, look, man. And trust me, I got a lot of issues with Kanye, but one of them is like, when I tell you people get upset simply because he was not supposed to be the number one N-word right now. He was not supposed to be that person.
The deck was definitely stacked against him from the beginning, but especially in these recent years when he's come out and said a lot of different things against the president and so forth, and people in the industry. He definitely was supposed to be canceled. How many times have we seen cancel culture, cancel Kanye over some of the things that he's done and said, and yet he's still standing?
Dog, I hated the fact that he went to the Oval Office and sat there with Trump and used the N-word. I hated that. I hated there was so many things. Slavery is a choice, and you're sitting there with Donald Trump and telling him what an amazing person he was, and you're doing. I hated all that stuff. Like, I 1,000 trillion billion zillion agree. I couldn't stand Kanye for that. But his accomplishments right now make no sense. That man is on some next level. And I haven't got the album. I've been searching to try and get his album right now. But everybody who's made comments on it saying it's a classic album, and it don't sound like Lil Baby, the Baby. Right. You're talking about a grown-ass, almost 40-year-old man who's about to drop an album that's about to shake the world up.
Right.
It is nuts. Anyway, all right. It's funny. We should really call Jay Black on speakerphone and see what the hell he's doing.
Oh yeah, he's infamous for doing that to me. Call him up.
Wow. I got everybody on Instagram Live. Shout out to everybody on there. Let me wave back at you. Let's take a 5-minute. Oh, not a 5-minute. Let's take a quick break because I really have to use the restroom. And this damn coffee. And I'll be right back. It's Michael Shawn and the Takeover. Oh, wait a second. We got Dr. Smith on the show today.
Yeah.
And what is the young lady that we have on, Shawnee? Do you remember her name? TikTok.
She's a TikTok influencer. I can't see her name because it's in my phone.
Well, we have 2 guests on here, so we'll take a quick break, come right back, smoke a black and mild. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Yeah.
Y'all, it's Michael Shawn from Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, check this out.
So, number one, we're going to start slow. Number one, we're going to start slow. Number one, when did Johnny Gill know that he could sing? When was the moment that you were like, oh, wait a second?
I knew when I got my first check and I went and bought me a gold nugget ring and a nugget watch and thing to go through it. I was like, this is on. And I was like, shoot, I can do this. I was like, I'm in the game.
At 16, you have this grown man voice. So then when does everything in your career take off when you realize that you're actually famous? When is the moment that happens when you go like, wait a second, I'm famous. Like I'm like people know me.
Wow. Wow, that's a good question. When did I I thought I was famous the first time I heard my record on the radio.
That's what I'm talking about, John. That's how I would have felt. Hell yeah.
I was like, y'all shouldn't have never gave me one. I'm
like, I need all y'all hoes to line up. Y'all heard this off.
I was in the candies. I was like a little kid in the candy store. I want this one. Give me you. Give me you. Give me you.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Your escape from reality. Right here on Free Agent Radio. Free Agent Radio.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn from Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, check this out. Now, if you want to interrupt, just tap the mic and be like, yo, I gotta say something about that. Like, just tap it. Just be like, Mike, slow down.
Okay.
Yeah. And just be like, slow down. Spank from the Plastic Cup Boys has to say something. And I'm like, okay. All right. So I'm at the gym. I'm working out, doing whatever I'm doing. I get on.
Mike, this is Spank from the Plastic Cup Boys. You was really working out, or like? Let's be honest. Was you really work? I'm sorry. Finish your story. I'm sorry. Finish your story. I'm sorry.
Right for the rip,
right?
Wait, were you really working out? I only know if I believe that.
I just want the whole story to be true now. Because comedians, we tell real life stories, but we exaggerate to make it funnier. So I just want to make sure.
Were you walking by the gym? Were you walking by? Were you working? What about working out?
So I said, I'm not listening to music. I'm going to scroll on Instagram for the last 20 minutes because I have a certain time, last 20 minutes. So I scroll, I go to Will Smith's page. Do you follow Will Smith's bank?
Yes.
Okay. He's an entertaining page. Like that's an entertaining page. Mm-hmm. And it's something you inspire to. So Will Smith puts up this thing where he's jogging, but it's like overcast and it's dark and it's kind of rainy, right? Mm-hmm. And then he says, if you can, somebody caption this motivational situation. Somebody caption it. Like normally I don't do nothing like that, but I'm bored and I'm like, let me caption it. Mm-hmm. So I caption it and I put something on there. I said, sometimes the most important journeys you have to travel will be by yourself. Mm. Mm. All right, Spank, wait a second. Because I know you know Will, but wait a second, Will. Spank, I went back in Instagram like 10 minutes later and he liked my comment.
Oh, wow.
Spank, don't you degrade me, Spank. Don't you dare.
Will Smith liked your comment.
Spank, don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't you do that, you bougie bastard. Don't you do that right now, Spank.
I got to ask one question.
All right, back to
Spank, don't do that.
I got to ask one question.
What's the question, Spank?
Did you repost that he liked your comment on your personal page? Like, yeah, Will Smith.
I'm going to repost it today. It just happened. Why? I'm not supposed to repost it?
No, Mike, you're somebody, so you don't have to do that. You're somebody. You don't have to do that.
Are you serious, man?
Yes, you're established. You don't have to do it.
But Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Your escape from reality. Right here on Free Agent Radio. Free Agent Radio.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Tap in.
Tap in.
Tap in.
It's Friday, people. We done made it to the Friday Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Shawnee Scott and Michael Shawn. It's just us.
Yeah, Mo is coming back. She had to step away for a moment.
Yeah, I know she had to go step away. Jay Black is watching somewhere. We got Dr. Smith that's gonna come on. And I can't think of the TikTok. I know they're gonna kill me for this. I can't think of the TikTok lady's name.
Kill me too. Her name is
and she's major, like, and Leah Frazier. Don't kill me for this, Leah. Like, I'm sorry, Leah makes everything happen, and I'm sorry, Leah. I can't. I'm trying to figure out what the name is and everything that goes on. Jesus. Okay, I'm trying to get everybody on IG Live again. Okay. All right.
Oh, I was looking up the girl, so let me go back. to Instagram.
All right, so it's just me and you there, Shawnee Scott.
And here's Sexy Mo.
Oh, Sexy Mo's on here. And I was trying to figure out before we get into the whole thing. We did the Kanye West story, and that was a good thing. And Sexy Mo's on here. And I was trying to figure out is that me or is that
that's me.
Oh, I think that was me too. I think it was both of us. I think it was both. All right, y'all. So Mike is trying to Takeover Legend. It's a Friday. Whole bunch of stuff. Stephanie said, man, the way you guys are speaking of him and his life reminds me of a song by Outkast called The Anthem. It's got CeeLo and Badu 2 on it. Like, what do you mean, like, how we're speaking on him? Like, we're talking about Kanye? Is that what you're talking about? Shawnee, let me get your request. Get you in here. And I had one question, and this might sound weird on a Friday. This is more like a Tuesday topic. And, but yesterday I was watching. Oh, hold on. Let me get Sexy Mo on here. Let me get Mo on here. Do you guys believe that you wind up with your soulmate? So I had this. I had a conversation. It was a bunch of guys, which is crazy because when guys start talking about soulmates. Like guys aren't known for talking about that. Now, I'm gonna ask y'all: do you believe that you have to wind up with your soulmate, or can you be happy being with somebody, but that wasn't your soulmate, but you have a great, relationship? Whoever wants to go first, raise your hand. Go ahead.
How many words can I use today? It's Friday. Well,
I'm listening. I'm listening today. I'm just listening.
So, Michael Shawn, I am a firm believer in soulmates. I do believe that there are soul ties to people out there who you are destined to either cross paths with or be with. But I don't think that you necessarily cannot be happy if you're not with your soulmate. Now, do I think that you're not living up to like your fullest if you are not with your soulmate. But I don't think that doesn't mean that you can't be happy.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead, Shawnee. Your turn.
I don't look at the soulmate as that, like the person that you have. It doesn't just have to be the person that you have an intimate relationship with. Because in my opinion, I have a couple of soulmates. Like,
you got a soulmate threesome. God damn. Well, all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's certain people that you click with, and you guys, y'all are soulmates, but it's not in an intimate or romantic way. I think you a soulmate, Mike. I think like Jay Black is a soulmate. Sexy Mo, Bink, Action, Jay, my Jay down in Tyler. Those are y'all are like soulmates.
Okay, so maybe I'm confusing the point. I'm saying like soulmates as friends. I do agree with you, Shawnee. As friends, I believe like I wouldn't have to talk to y'all for like 5 years, and y'all still would be friend soulmates.
Right.
I think Jay Black would be a soulmate. DJ Cam, I think, would be. I'm saying as the person that you're going to be that significant other, like that one person that that person that you're like, this is the soulmate that knows my feelings before I know my feelings, that lays in the bed and watches it. I'm talking about not just friendship. And friendship is totally important. It's amazingly important. It may be like, maybe I'm downgrading it, but I'm saying that soulmate for that significant other where you're like, that person can, and I hate to sound like one of them white people movies, that person can end my sentence and I won't even get and I won't even get irritated.
So I definitely
know. Like that person, that person, when y'all lay in the bed, you're just like happy that person is next to you.
Like, I don't even really know how I feel about relationships right now. Like, I don't even know if that's something that right now I even believe in. So I can't answer that question because
So I believe, I mean, like my soul, for me, my soulmate or the person who I consider to be my soulmate, he passed away. But that's why I prefaced it with that. I do believe in soulmates, but I don't believe that necessarily you can't be happy in life because people pass away, people leave for whatever reasons, and I don't think that God said, oh, you know what, because you're not with this person you're never going to be happy again.
Right.
So that's what I mean by that.
No, and that was the best explanation you could ever give. So, and I'm just gonna ask this question, and you don't have to answer it. What was it, Mo, about the soulmate? What was it? What were like one or two things that you were like, this is what it was, and doesn't mean you won't be happy again. Doesn't mean I won't go to a wedding with you. Doesn't mean I won't be part of the wedding party. But what were one or two of those things in that soulmate relationship that you were like, this is what it was?
I think like you just some of the things you just said, like somebody who can finish your sentences, somebody who can not even speak to you for, a whole year and then pop up and speak to you and you click back like nothing, like you didn't skip a beat. Just understanding you, getting you when nobody else in the world probably does. Just having that common spirit to where their presence just makes anything that's going on around you, any negative energy, any things that you're like the stress, it just goes automatically away. So those are things that, I mean, you can have friends, you can have confidants, you can have, husbands, wives, but if they're not your soulmate, there is just a certain feeling and certain things that they're not going to be able to really connect, like levels that they may not be able to connect with you on. But it doesn't mean that you don't love them. It doesn't mean that you can't be happy with them and experience certain things, but it's just a certain connection level that you probably will never have because that is not your soulmate.
So if you have a soulmate right now, let's say y'all not in contact with each other, would you tell somebody to go get that soulmate, or would you tell somebody sometimes it's just not going to work?
Well, you don't necessarily have to be married to your soulmate. Like, even touching saying, on what Shawnee said.
No, I'm saying if that person's out there and maybe you guys are like separated at this point, do you go get the soulmate, or do you understand like life can be happy without the soulmate? You can be happy. Can you be happy without? Now, in your case, I know it's different, Mo. I know it's different. I'm saying if the person in Shawnee, if the person is still present, can you be happy without that person and go like, it just wasn't meant to be, even though you were my soulmate?
I think so.
I think so. Because I mean, when you put it like that, there's a person that I feel like is my soulmate, but they married to somebody else.
Tap the mic on. Wait a second. Tap the mic.
I mean, well, we both married other people. we both did. So let me not say it like that. We both married. I got married first, actually. But that person that like knows me, that knows, okay, they'll call me if something is really off and be like, what's going on? What's up with you?
And it may not be.
And they'll call you?
Yeah.
It's the connection. It's the connection that they have. It's a certain level of connection that Shawnee and that individual may have that regardless, you may have found out, you know what, we can't get married or we can't be married because our lives turned in different directions. But however, that tie that you have is going to be forever. She's going to be connected to that person forever in some way, whether it's an emotional connection, whether it's a, like I said, it's a feeling. It's something that is really unexplainable.
All right. So Stephanie said you can go get that soulmate, but if you can, human beings are weird. Like we're weird people. Like we really are, Paul. It takes money.
That's the wrong thing.
Okay, I was about to say. That would have been so hilarious if he made the same money comment on this too. That would have been.
That's the wrong thing. No,
but like we're weird. Like you can have a soulmate, and it's like the weird dynamic of like, okay, that's the person that you like being around every minute of the day, and for some reason you're not with that person because of the circumstances that go on in the world. On IG Live, That just means he can hit whenever he wants. Really?
What?
Is that what we talk? I'm not even doing that.
No, that doesn't mean that, Keith. No, it ain't even like that.
I'm not even doing that. I didn't even go there on a Friday.
A soulmate is deeper than that. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily an intimate thing. This is just somebody that's, hey, we've been in each other's life for a long time.
I don't even like the fact that I'm agreeing with these two heifers. I don't even want to agree with them. I don't want to agree with them.
It's the ovaries for the win this morning. It's the ovaries for the win.
I feel like Michael Shawn on his show. We are beating Michael Shawn today.
He don't want us to win in my calendar.
We got Kanye Mike. You know, Kanye Mike today. But I mean, it is what it is.
I mean,
it's because I got these goddamn glasses on. I should have never wore these glasses.
Listen, you got the glasses, you shaved.
No. My beard is growing back. I'm about to be me. Yes. So why these two women are right.
What was this? Recruit Keith Hodge Jr. No, it's I'm not just making it sound good. I mean, it is what it is. It's
and
not,
you can have a soulmate without it being a sexual experience involved.
Right.
Okay. Wait. I can't agree with that one.
No, I'm saying
it doesn't have to be a sexual experience.
Like in Shawnee's situation. In Shawnee's situation, she's connected to him. Yeah, she's connected to him. Yeah, he is no longer in the picture, but they're still connected in some type of way. So which means again, it's a higher level of connectivity.
Would I tell my husband that another guy is my
hell
soulmate?
No, y'all wouldn't.
Well, actually,
on my Instagram live, he said, when you tell your husband that another guy's your soulmate, I wish you would. You keep that to the grave. You don't tell nobody that it was a soul. And I'm not telling y'all that if I had a soulmate, but now sex does include. There is a soulmate. That even makes it worse.
That's a soul tie.
That's a soul tie. Let's not confuse a soul tie with a soulmate.
What are you talking about?
Now, you saw my post yesterday.
No, you can be a soulmate. You can be a soulmate and a soul tie. A soulmate that includes
a soul tie is something different.
It's totally different.
Hold on. Y'all can't tell another person their experience. This is a
you
problem.
May have multiple soul ties.
No.
From sexual relationships.
No. A soulmate is somebody that you can lay in the bed with and touch feet, and then and y'all can touch feet, touch hands, and don't even do nothing. Y'all don't even do a damn thing.
Now I believe.
But then when it happens, it's electric. Dun, 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 dun. It's electric.
Because you've connected on a higher power.
No, and it's not even because y'all doing all types of fancy stuff and y'all like do this and do that. No, it's simply because that's the soulmate. Like my liver is matched to your liver. Like everything is connected. And that's what I mean about a soulmate, when things are just connected and you're just like when the person gets up and you realize they get up at the bed, you dead asleep. You're dead asleep. And you feel that movement out the bed. Like when it's not your soulmate, you can give a damn. You like you mad because you kind of woke up. But when it's your soulmate, when they move, one of your eyes opens up at 2:00 in the morning. Like, where is this bitch going? Like,
where you going?
Where you going? You know she just goes to the bathroom, but you're like, where you going? Where you? Oh, okay. And if it's your soulmate, you're still half asleep, but you waiting to feel that noise on the bed when she goes, when the bed goes, you're like, oh, she's back. And now you can feel better about yourself. You're like, yes, she's back in the bed. That is that soulmate. But then I'm telling you, when you have that type of connection, when the sex happens, it's electric. I promise you, it's amazing.
But a soul tie, you have a soul tie with everybody you sleep with. I don't know if you realize it or not.
Oh yeah.
If you believe in energy, if you believe you have a soul tie with them. So that's not the same as your soul mate. Because soul tie can be broken. Your soul mate, that feeling, you can't break that.
But the soul tie just I happened to put it in you, and it was that's all the soul tie. Like I heard somebody else broke me down, was like, every time that you are with somebody, you leave a piece of your soul.
Yes, that energy.
And I'm saying that, and my response to that, well, bitch, hold that piece of the soul. I ain't want that piece.
Oh my goodness! And
I gave you that. I ain't even want that piece. Go ahead, have that piece. But I get what you're saying. Everybody's like, there's a soul tie. It's like HIV. Like if you had sex with this person and that person had sex with that person, then you had sex with all 50,000 people that person had. I get it. The soul tie. I understand that. But the soul mate. Now my question is to Shawnee and Mo. My question is,
okay.
Let's say you and the soulmate have been apart and you went on because we all agree that you can be happy without the soulmate. We all agree. But that soulmate is still out there and you guys are still in the same realm. Do you ever just go, I'm going for it? Like I'm going to that soul. If you realize now everything's perfect. Do you go back? What advice do you give to the woman who's like, the soulmate is right there? The soulmate is right there. Do you go get it?
The universe always brings you back full circle to your soulmate, regardless of what's going on in your life, because life happens to everybody, right? It doesn't always guarantee that you're going to be with your soulmate. But the universe, in some strange way, brings you back full circle all the time to your soulmate. Whether you're going to cross paths, whether it's 5 years, whether it's 2 years, 1 year, whatever, in some shape, form, or fashion. And I'm not talking about sexually. I'm just saying in some shape, form, or fashion, you're going to come back full circle to one another constantly.
Yeah. I mean, me and my soulmate, we used to, every year at a certain time, we would always connect.
Just was it on a Thursday? Was it a Thursday or was it?
No, it was
was it? Okay.
It was it was just a certain time of the year because our birthdays are close. So for whatever reason, and it happened like that. Like, oh hey, what's going on? How you been? What's up? What's going on? Keith got some issues over here.
Keith, probably not even married. I don't know what she's like.
Hey, Keith,
over here.
Download. Hold up, Keith. Download Media Room 360 TV. I need your comments because Keith is going all the way.
And Keith,
on these squares right
now. First
now.
of all, Keith, I'm not even married, so
thank you.
That ain't even happening like that.
No, but do you go back? Do you try and get the soulmate? Do you try if you're in the same realm?
I didn't. I don't. I mean, like I said, I respect what the person has going on, and and even when we were both single, and we both knew we were single, it just didn't. We weren't like, oh, okay, let's get in a relationship together. It just wasn't that. It's just not. That's not what we are.
Because your soulmate fulfills a purpose in your life, and that purpose is not always to be married to that person.
Yeah. But what if what? But there's no single way of a soulmate. Sometimes you can have a soulmate that fulfills every single situation in your life. My question is, are you bold enough? Should you be bold enough if that person is still around to go get it?
Absolutely. If they're available and they're single, I say shoot your shot. Because again, this life is short and is growing shorter by the second. And so happiness to me is everything. Is everything. And that's only if that person is available. And like I said, the stars and the moon and everything lines up because we're talking about soulmates.
Okay, let me just explain something before I go to Shawnee. This is why when we don't have Jay Black and Shawnee are the same person. Like I've said this. One has a vagina, one has a penis. For those who don't know, Sexy Mo talks really bold, but she's a sensitive individual.
I used to be.
No, you still are. You still. No, I'm not saying you're not strong. You're a very strong individual who's going through a lot. Like you're a strong individual, but she has a sensitive side. Now,
I got a soft side. I got a mushy side. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Now let's go to I was gonna say Jay Black. Shawnee, let's go to Shawnee. So what's your opinion, Shawnee? Should you go for your soulmate if they're still around? You're like, hey, this is the person. Should you go or what's your opinion?
I mean, me personally, I ain't shooting my shot to no man. That's just me. I don't believe in that. That's just me. If you a woman and you shoot your shot, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you. I'm just
What if
saying
you love him,
I don't
Shawnee?
do.
What if you love him?
It's just not what I do. It's just not what I do.
Even if you love him?
I don't care how much I love him. I'm in love with him. I am not approaching no man talking about, hey, what's up?
Yo, do we have any, like, Shawnee, is there any way we can get gunshot effects? So when you and...
No, I'm not. Because in my opinion, it needs to be his decision that he wants to be with me, not me convincing him that, because if he ain't said it, then apparently that ain't something he's thinking about.
What if he doesn't know? What if he's not, he believes that you're not interested?
Well, if he can't ask, then it's not going to work anyway.
No, but he doesn't want to bother you because he doesn't believe that you're actually interested in him. Like, is it okay for you to give him a hint and be like, I am?
I don't know about a hint, but I mean, that's kind of the whole thing. If he can't simply say, listen, Shawnee, I'm interested in you. Can I take you to dinner? Can we talk about moving things further? If he can't do that, then a relationship with me is not going to work.
Okay, so Shawnee, just before we go to Dr. Smith, and I'm going to shut up because I'm long-winded. All right, just hypothetically, this is people listen. This is hypothetically. I'm just speaking hypothetically.
He asking for a friend.
This is no. I'm not even asking for a friend. I'm going to put myself in this position. Okay, Shawnee is not attracted to me in any way, but let's just say me and Shawnee talk all the time on the phone. Let's just say I was single. No. I want everybody to be serious. We talk all the time. Shawnee literally will call me and be like, you need to do this, you need to do that, whatever. Let's just hypothetically, Stacy, let me work right now. Stacy, if you're listening, let me work.
What's going on?
Let me work.
It's like, wait a minute.
This is for the show. Let me work. I already lost one friend. Let me work. But let's just say I'm totally single. And me and you, Shawnee, are talking on the phone, and you're like, Mike, you need to do this. You're kind of messing up here, and you're like, and me and you are having long conversations, right? But in my mind, let's just say I happen to be attracted to you, but I'm like, but Shawnee ain't even messing with me like that. Like, you do have to give somebody a clue. Like, because I don't want to be the ass that oversteps the boundaries of a friendship and then goes like, why don't you come over? Or however it's said. You do have to give somebody kind of a hint, Shawnee. It's kind of unfair not to give them like a little hint.
Why I got to get a hint? Why you just can't say, Shawnee, let's just meet me at the Cracker Barrel. We're going to get the nasty sausage.
Not the Cracker Barrel.
Because Shawnee, hold on. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Because the person respects the relationship. And once you say something like that, you done screwed up everything.
It changes the dynamics of your friendship.
You're like,
if she's not receptive.
If I'm like, Shawnee, let's go to the bar and get effed up and let's hang out. And you're like, and then
that's happened before. I've had guys do that I'd wanted to stay, I'm like, and I would like, if they say, hey, why don't we go to lunch or something? And I'm like, okay, I know where this is going. I'm really not interested in him, but I like his friendship. And so when we get there and we have the conversation, then I explain that, I'm not rude about it because I want to keep the friendship, but at the same time, I don't want to hurt that person's feelings. I don't want them to feel like, dang, I just messed up,
But Shawnee, that's what I'm saying. Like, there has to be a clue. Like, literally,
like, you don't give him like a little brush on the shoulder.
You gotta take a chance. You sitting up here telling me to shoot my shot to a man that ain't showing me no signals, but the man can't shoot his shot at me, and I'm not showing signals. I got to do all the work.
Okay, you have a no. You have a point. You have a point.
Just
point.
Shoot your shot, and I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm real easy to talk to. So
yeah, but Shawnee,
I'll talk back.
But my thing, no, you're right on that. But my thing is like, I'm trying to figure out, like, because if I try, here's the most awkward situation ever in the history of the world. Has nothing to do with sex. Is leaning over to kiss a woman and a woman goes like, "You're wild."
Whoa. Wait a minute, what you doing? Wait a minute.
We can never.
I don't care how close we are, Shawnee.
That friendship ain't gonna never be the same.
The day I move over to put my lips, and I do have nice lips, on your mouth, right?
Come here, girl. Let me kiss you on your upper lip.
And you go like, and you put the hand there like, whoa. And y'all ain't never discreet. It's always like some crazy, whoa, hold up, what?
What you doing?
So that's why guys are scared, because especially if you really care about the person, if you really like care about the friendship, and you just like.
And Shawnee's a strong woman. She exudes a lot of confidence. So I can see where if a man would be apprehensive, if he'd be like, I want to shoot my shot, but I don't know because I don't want to mess up me and Shawnee's relationship, our friendship, because she might say nope.
And sometimes that's why guys be so aggressive on like, look, I'm either gonna shoot the club up or don't even talk to me. Like sometimes you're like, I'm gonna shoot the club up. Don't even be my friend or nothing like that, because guys get caught in that friend zone. All right, so okay, that's the last. Kev got okay. Well, you read it, Shawnee.
That's your dissertation.
That's your paragraph. You go ahead,
Shawnee. What if you made a mistake with a man and it was your fault? The relationship ended, and you fixed things in your life, and you and your ex was still cool. Would you go back asking him to be together knowing he's the one to marry? No. No, I wouldn't.
Shawnee, I'm glad you're on my team, because you are stubborn. You are stubborn for real.
Because it's not for me to know that the man I like on the whole marrying and the starting of the relationship. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying it's wrong with anybody else. I just think that it's important that the man makes that decision. If the man makes the decision that, hey, I want to be in this relationship with you, in my opinion, it seems like it goes different. I've had girlfriends that have initiated the relationships, and the way it started off is the way you got to keep it up. So I need to know that this is what you want to do, and I'm not convincing you. I'm not making you think, well, maybe, I should talk to Shawnee.
You know what? And I want y'all, because we've never had Dr. Smith answer these questions. I would like to see what David Byrne, he says, I feel what Shawnee's saying. It's different between interest and commitment, and a man has to be full ready for you. I understand, like everything you guys are saying. I get it. But you got to understand, everybody's human. Everybody has insecurities, and taking a chance sometimes, just because you're a man, taking a chance sometimes can actually put in jeopardy a friend. Like if I'm all of a sudden, I'm like, me and Mo are talking on the phone, everything like that. Like, and you're like, oh, I think this could really work. It's like unfair, because a man has to take the chance and be like, okay, Mo. And then all of a sudden she does the hands. And then next thing you know, the relationship is destroyed. And when you do, you like, but we both have everything in common. We both have all this stuff in common. We both people have kids and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, I think it needs to be a mutual 50-50 where you go like, just a little. We're not asking to say, I want to marry you. Just a hint. Just a little hint that just goes like, just a little hint.
What's a hint? What's the hint?
What you doing later? Hey, big head.
Hey, big head. That's a hint.
Man,
that's what you get in your DM. That's what you get in your DM with somebody.
You men are just like boys.
Okay. Y'all want to know what a hint is? Y'all want to know
what's a hint? What's a hint?
Okay. Y'all want to know a simple hint? When I see you, I hug you, right? And we hug each other. But the hug lingers. Trust me, when I hug Shawnee or Mo, the hug ends.
It's
quickly.
A side hug.
It's like, hey, girl, what's up?
I've hugged a side. But if there's a hug and you put your arm around the dude's like waist and you hold on and you keep talking.
Oh, wow.
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. And then all of a sudden you'll be like,
that's a lot. Shoot. I'm putting my arms around your waist. That's a lot.
No. How about, okay. So how about the side hug? Shawnee talked about the side hug. I give Shawnee a side hug, right? I give her a side hug, and then I go to let go, and she's just lingering. That's simple. Even if it's for like 2 seconds.
Okay.
So nah, Michael Shawn. I mean, I'm a hugger. So like when I give hugs, I give like, especially to people who, are in my circle, I give like really good hugs. Michael Shawn, you're right. Cause when you hug women, you do the what's up?
Yeah, you lean, you stick
It'd
your
be
butt
like
out.
what's up? You come from afar, just to kind of create that invisible boundary there.
Okay, so I'll give you one better. Let's say the hug ends. Now the hands after the hug, and you just happen to grab a man's hand as you're talking to him,
or slide
well,
down
I
his
kind of
back.
do that anyway. It don't
now
mean
if you
nothing.
grab a man's hand on a regular, you're a whore. But listen,
I gotta do that. I mean, that kind of happens
but
what?
But if you grab a man as you're talking and you grab a man's hand, I don't even care if you grab this dude's pinky. You just grab his hand as you're talking to him. All of a sudden, we go like, okay, I feel something.
This could be hand grabber. Okay.
Yeah, this could be some. It's just I'm not even talking about dirty stuff. I'm just talking about little affectionate things where you go like, okay, there it is. So then a man can take a chance. Y'all want us always to jump in the deep end of the damn ocean and take a chance, and then be like, and then y'all be like, I don't look at you like that. Like I don't look at you like that. That's not how I see you. That's not. And then the dude's like, oh God.
I've done those easy letdowns, or I don't want to ruin the friendship. Like I don't, I love our friendship. I love what we have. I don't want to.
No, now you ruined my life.
The easiest way.
Yeah, you ruined my
your life.
soul.
You
ruined
on to the
my
next
soul.
one. What? Do we want to bring Dr. Smith up?
Let's bring Dr. Smith.
Moment.
No, it is. Let's bring Dr. Smith up. Tam said, "What a hint." Dr. Smith is in the building. Temple University professor, and Dr. Smith, we normally talk to you about a lot of things. And you've been listening to what we're talking about?
Yes, torture in that green room. I'm sitting there like, yes, that's right. I said, man, when they gonna bring me in to say something?
You be on the edge of your seat.
Dr. Smith, please, as a man,
let's bounce this out.
Please explain and give your opinion on this.
Well, first things first, Papa. I would say about the soulmates, I have to be honest. Well, we can be really honest today. Mike has met my soulmate, right? Remember your mom was like, if he leaves her, he's crazy, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's my soulmate. I'm Omar Epps, and I chose Tyra Banks, and now my ankle's cracked up, and I need to do the one-on-one for the heart, and that's just life sometimes, because you be like, you know what? Looking back, and people do it all the time. Like I like the fact that the ladies were like, it doesn't mean you're going back. Knowing don't mean you're going. Right? Knowing don't mean you're going. Right? So sometimes people can be like, yeah, he was a good one, she was a good one, and life goes on. Right. So I appreciate, I was kind of in the middle with that one. What I really appreciated though was the fact that when you were giving those hints, Mike. Yeah. Every time you would give a hint that you thought was a foolproof hint, one of the ladies was like, nope, not that. You was like, what if you hug him? And Mo was like, no, I'm a hugger. And then he's like, what? And then Shawn was like, no, I do that. And that don't mean nothing when I do it. I said, I'm so glad that the ladies, as small as this panel is, show the diversity, of interpretation, of interaction to such a degree that men know and women can fully understand how this whole Me Too thing is messing up the world. Because if you thought it was difficult before, because when y'all was talking, I was thinking what Mike described, leaning in for a kiss, now that's misconduct. I made you feel uncomfortable. I crossed the boundaries. I did personal. Like there's so many rules that I could write up a whole HR thing on some of the stuff y'all was talking about, which is just normal courtship. You're trying to figure out where you stand in the communication, so you're saying things, so you're lingering, so you're asking. It's just how else do we know? It's always the question. I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson, the scientist. They accused him of all this misconduct, and I do research. So I said, what did he do? Right. And it was like he took this girl out. And he said something to the effect of, I want to hug you, but if I hug you, I know I would want more. He said something like the Beaver 1950s courtship type line. And that was in the report. Like, oh, he said this. He invited me. So basically, the man was attracted to somebody. He expressed it. The attraction wasn't mutual. And that was that. And in typical Karen Emmett Till fashion, the person went and reinterpreted later and was like, I felt uncomfortable. Same thing with Morgan Freeman. He made a joke. He touched my back. These are the kind of things that was in Morgan Freeman's. And I was like, you know what? If making jokes and saying I would want, and then a lot of guys, it's like, I give up, man. I give up. They said 1/3 of people will date people in the workplace. Not no more. Not no more. I don't care if I work with Beyonce. I'm gonna be like, oh, you don't look good at all. You can't sing. Right? I am not gonna be in a position ever again where I'm wondering and taking any action. And I'm being totally honest. If I'm ever wondering at all, and that's why we need to change the rules. What Mike is suggesting is necessary. Because what Shawn is saying is what women been doing forever. You want something, say something, right? No, I don't expect me to be shooting my shot exactly. But nowadays, since we've changed all the rules, I'm glad y'all having these conversations because we're changing the rules with regards to consequence, but we're not with regards to courtship. So if I can't do this, and I can't do that, and I can't say you look good, I damn sure can't say come to my house. I can't say let's go out, right? Because you're gonna say he asked me out and he persistently asked me out. Back in the day, a woman would say no a couple times just to see if you were serious. Now, if a woman says no once and you say anything else ever in life, you can be locked up and fired at the same damn time, right? So now if a woman says no, I don't see you like that, right? Talk to married people and ask the husband how many times he asked his wife out. Talk to somebody who's been together for 30, 40, 50 years. 2.5 years, Mike. 2.5 years. The pursuit. So a couple times I got, boy, get out of here. And I was like, for now.
Yeah.
But now you say that, I told him I wasn't interested, and he called me again. Ooh, predator. No, hard to get. It was a thing for all of eternity until the last 5 years. Women would say, I'm not interested. And they're not. They're not interested in playing. They're not interested in a man that they don't think is serious. They're not interested in just jumping out there with you, not knowing where you stand, or not seeing if you tested, or seeing if you got the patience, or seeing if you really in it for the long haul. They're not interested. That's what it used to mean. So, come a different way, or, after a certain amount of time, or after I go hang out with this guy that I think is a little bit cuter, whatever the case may be, you might get, right? And it still might not mean that you don't have a chance. Because there's a whole lot of people that are married today that'll tell you honestly, when I first met him, I did not think I would ever even date him. And here we are with 3-4 kids, and the guy's like, yeah, perseverance, right? Like, I mean, what happened?
No, that's actually an amazing point. But let me just get back to this one thing, because I think sometimes we romanticize certain things in relationships. So when people say, in every love song, soulmate, 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 and you just said something that was so incredibly honest that I didn't even know, that the soulmate wasn't somebody you wound up with. That doesn't mean you can't be in a relationship with somebody that winds up being an amazing marriage or whatever. Or do you feel regret that maybe you should have gone back and if you had to do it over again, does it stay in your mind?
Plus, you have children. So whenever you have children, you're so grateful, so thankful that you have the children you have. You would not want anything to be different just because of the children. And I think that speaks to how the level of importance changes over time and with maturity. This whole soulmate idea could be a real thing, but marriage is a different thing. Marriages don't last because people are soulmates, and marriages don't form because people are having wild sex or amazing connections all the time. Or, like marriage is work. Marriage is, ups and downs. Marriage is like Chris Rock when he jokes about, if you never thought about murdering that person, you wasn't really in love. Like marriage can take you in places that have nothing to do with all the heart eyes and, starry music playing. That's the soulmate connection. Now, I agree with it that it exists. I think that, you could know who but when it comes to marriage, I mean, it's just like women with romance. If you say, who's the guy that gave you the best sensation romantically? And then you ask another question, do you want to marry him? You might get a lot of different answers. You might say, I know who's the best in bed. I don't want him in my house raising these kids. I would never want to procreate with that man. But if he calls at 3 a.m, I might say I'm up when I'm not, right? So I think the soulmate conversation might be different for a lot of people, at least for me. Because when I think of who I want to build a family with, I'm looking at a woman thinking, what kind of mom you going to be? And that's different because I'm not even thinking about myself now. So when I'm talking marriage,
marriage,
I'm thinking who's gonna raise these kids and hold it down and be there. And I'm thinking who's my teammate, and it might be different than who's my soulmate. So for me personally, it's not really a regret thing like, oh, dag, because I think I did choose the best teammate, even though I know who is my soulmate.
Damn.
Wow. All righty.
And the funny thing is, I love having these conversations because sometimes you can agree with somebody 50% or 45%, and then you can be like, but what you just said
it depends on your situation too, because in the back of my mind, well, for me it's a little different.
No, but my thing, and once again, is there a topic? Because I have another question. Is there a topic that you want to talk about?
Because this is a topic that nobody addresses. So I think y'all in uncharted waters right here. That's really important for a lot of people and can help people make some real life decisions today. So you can keep
but you brought something up that made me think, like, because of the Me Too movement. But like, I think about the gym I go to, it's a bunch of trainers in there. Most of them are men. My trainer is a female. But the trainers, my kids are trained down there too. So there's one trainer that'll always come to me like, hey, mom, how you doing? And he always gives me a hug. And the first time he did it, I was like, what are you doing? Did you calling me your mama? I mean, what is going on? But I'm like that too on the flip side. Like if I saw you, I never saw you in person, but we had an event in Mike's house and I saw you, oh, hey, and I would hug you, but I wouldn't hold you like Mike is talking about. But
I just said a little. It was a lingering, just to give a guy a hint that you're interested. A lingering, just 1 or 2 seconds extra. A guy will be like,
I heard it. I was.
But I wonder how guys. I mean, how do they do that now with that? Because if they think you're gonna flip out and be like, oh, he looking at me, he talking to me, he touching me, police.
Men are terrified.
Yes.
I'm so thankful that I'm grown and I'm not some hormone raging, no child having, first time in the dating world person. I feel for them the same way I felt for my high school seniors when COVID hit. I said, oh, they missed their prom, their graduation, and their first year of college. I said, I feel for certain people at certain ages during certain times. And the people who are just stepping out into the dating world, figuring things out at a time where things are shifting and changing under their feet. Because honestly, I used to think, well, if I get the pats, it's a friendly hug, right? The side and the pats mean friendly, and if it's just the shoulders and maybe the top of the boot, it's friendly. But if I get the waist, but man, I met people that'll hug you with the knees and the toes touching and be all up against you, and then
real talk.
Over, and BBD thought it was me. They doing it to 4 other people. That's just the way.
Real talk.
They're not thinking like that. It's not on their mind. They're thinking of affection and connection. They're not thinking sexuality when they're hugging people. And here you are, like you said, trying to get a blueprint. Like Mike is saying, how do I know? And the honest answer is we don't. But the beauty of it, to bring back the soulmates conversation, is that's why we need to start really paying more attention to this internal and spiritual side of these connections, because those are clearer a lot of times than these physical, type of ways to be aroused and to be curious about what the situation is. That message could be, convoluted easily and be confusing. But the message about that spiritual side, even when you're running from it, even when you're telling the person you don't want to be with them, something else will bring you back and help you face reality. So I think that's the answer for me. Look somewhere else than the physical to find out what the message it really is and where the connections really are, because you'll get a clearer message that way than trying to figure out, who's lingering.
And I feel, and Dr. Smith, what you just said, I agree with. And the problem is, in 2021, we have 1,000 ways to communicate, but we don't know how to communicate.
Yeah.
We got all types of ways. We got DMs, we got Facebook, we got
online dating.
We got online dating, we got farmers, this and that and that. But the fact of the matter is, nobody really knows what to say to each other without offending each other. Nobody knows what to say where we don't even know where the line is anymore. Either some guy oversteps the line or a woman oversteps the line, or you try and play within the lines and you're trying to look for like a clue. And I'm looking at everybody like, God, like what you said, Doc, you were like, I'm so glad I'm not in the mix right now. I don't know how in the world I could actually know, other than drinking a lot of liquor.
That's the worst thing in the world. They're gonna say,
no.
Did you secure liquor for the women?
But just rolling it. Yeah, but then it's just rolling the dice. Like, okay, let me see how this works out, because like there's nobody giving signals or nobody giving conversation. And the spiritual side, I guess I understand that, and I don't disagree with that. It's just I've been in so many churches in Texas.
No, I'm not even really talking about the religious aspect. I'm talking more about what you all were having a conversation about in terms of soulmates.
Soulmates.
You know?
Right.
Even when you were talking about the bed thing, I laughed to myself. I had experience like that in my first year of college. Somebody called me and was like, "Is everything all right?" And nothing had happened, but it was a good time to ask. And I remember looking at the phone like, you know somebody up here, right? Because we just had a definite, borderline college, conversation in the lounge type vibes when everybody's kind of, becoming their new college person, and they're not really bringing their prom pictures to the lounge in the dorms. And it was kind of that moment where you're kind of exploring life internally. Not that you're doing anything with anybody, but I got a call that night that was just like, we all right. You grow away. You know how you are in a long distance relationship. You can feel
right.
Distance is the same as it was when y'all was good. You can move further away, but at some point they're like, we've been far away, but now I feel like we far away. Like disconnected far. So I remember hanging up like, wow, I guess I should be happy that it's that real. That when something's changing, I don't even have to call. I don't even have to be there.
Right.
You're feeling something different. And I remember a similar situation when I was in the bed. And I remember somebody saying to me, "You okay?" And I'm thinking, how'd she know I was awake? Sometimes men, especially we'll sit there holding them and be wide awake the whole night, stressed out, arm falling asleep. Right. So I'm looking the other way. Right? I'm looking the other way. She's laying, next to me. I'm thinking, first of all, how she know I'm awake, and then how does she know I'm not okay? So she's literally, without me looking at her, without me even knowing that she knows I'm awake, she knows I'm awake and not okay. So she just in the middle of the night, all in the dark. You okay? What's wrong? You want to talk? I'm like, wow. Like, frightening but encouraging at the same time. Was like, she could feel me.
Yeah.
She could feel the fact that I'm awake and uneasy. So those are the kind of things that help to transcend that, where do I stand? Because then you have, to me, is most important, the trust. When the trust is there, I'm not worried about leaning in or leaning out or lingering or not lingering, because there's a connection and a trust where I'm not confused and I'm not afraid to fail.
All right, Dr. Smith, let me read this comment from Stephanie. She said, people need to stop holding on to people who keep letting go of you. We all have to pay attention to faithful people, the ones who have your back and ones who love you with no strings attached.
That's
yeah. I mean, I don't think you have to be in an intimate relationship like what that you were talking about to know something is wrong. I think if you're just connected to the person, you just
without
know.
Even that was the deep part. Like,
without even being, hey, yummy.
Yummy.
Well, you're right, because my mom would know if I lost weight before I got in the house. Full winter coat on, and she'd be like, "You need to start. You ain't been eating." And I'd be like, "I didn't even come in the house, and I got a coat on." But you're right, it's deep like that. But I heard a pimp say something similar, Mike, to what the caller just said, because they were asking a pimp about advice, relationship advice. The pimp says, choose the one that chooses you. Stop running around trying to chase this girl and that girl. You better choose the one that likes you and not the one you like. And I tell the young brothers all the time, because the one that likes you gonna hold you down and be there for you and ride out for you. But you up there chasing the other one that's gonna be. And when he was talking, I was like, if I could do it all again, I could take myself a whole lot of date, money, time, and rejection and confusion. Because there's always, while we're talking, Mike, to be honest, as men, there's always a one or two that we are completely sure about, but we are too busy leaning in and lingering. If I want to be transparent as a man, I'm not confused with all of them. It's a confusing landscape, but every time I've been confused, there's been one or two that I knew darn well was interested, and I was like, well, that's the wifey type. So when I want to slow down, I'll go talk to her.
I'm going to go back to her.
Friend that I want to talk to her about all these thoughts that's breaking my heart. And this was the one that said she liked me. But so I got to be honest. But I don't need to wonder.
I do agree. I agree with that to a point. because there are people that you will look back, and women do the same thing. I could husband him up, but then you have to. Then at a certain point, you got to be like, am I wifing her because she's wifey, and I'm into her, or is because she's really into me, but I'm really not into her? So I'm really gonna wife her up and be like, okay, we're gonna be together, but then there's gonna be a time 2 years from now when I'm gonna be looking out the window like, I'm really with you because you're really into me and I'm not really into you. And that and the dynamic of that is not simple. I don't think there's an answer to it. I don't think there's a clear answer to it. I think it's all individual. I think everybody has to choose their path when it comes to that. And then there's some people, and I hate to use this word, there are some people who settle.
That's a big word.
And I don't mean to be disrespectful, because sometimes people settle and stay married for 50 years, have an amazing family, and but that settle word, sometimes if the person takes it the wrong way in their head, can really linger and haunt them and be like, the reason I'm here in that situation is because I settled. And listen, I'm no therapist. None of us are here. I'm just going by.
Mo is. Yeah.
Oh, no, Mo, you are a therapist. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm top liver.
No. I don't even want to joke like that. I apologize. I meant therapist, but you're right. So you expand on that.
Which part? Which you want to?
The settle. The word settle.
So the word settle. I mean, you can settle for different reasons: complacency, or thinking that you're not good enough to get better. So you settle for the current situation you're in, or settle for what's presented to you. There's a lot of reasons for settling for something. Some people settle for lack of emotional attachment to somebody, for financial. Like sometimes people settle for even trade-offs or the better trade-off for the moment. So that's why I said, oh, that's a big word, because people settle for various reasons.
I settled before.
Depending on the season in their life.
After my surgery, after I had, went through my cancer and had my reconstruction, and other people were telling me, oh, you got scars on your body and da-da-da-da-da. So I made a big mistake and settled and got into something that I ain't had no business even being in it.
But that's what I mean about the word settle. Somebody could say you settle because she's rich. Somebody could say you settle because her body's perfect. Somebody could say you settle because sexually it's amazing. That's what I mean about that word settle. It can be a gang of different things on why you settled.
Or you settled because you knew you couldn't go back. Meaning like that you didn't even have the opportunity to go back. You just settled.
Or I'm gonna take this one.
Or they can do the opposite. They can be like, I could have went back, but I settled because technically her body was better. Like that's why what I mean. That word settle can mean a million different things.
But it makes me think of Wait and Exhale. When she was chasing the cool hot dude, and then she was getting cheated on. The other girl was burning up cars, and then in the end, like I was saying earlier, dude was a little bit chubby. He was doing a little dance for her, right? He had a job. But you think in terms of longevity, because sometimes people are settling because they're thinking long term. I'm settling now because I want to be with the same person happy 30 years from now. So I date this cool guy with this cool car and all this. I'm gonna be mad next week, right? But if I settle today, when looks don't matter, because eventually they won't. My dad always said, worship and think it's so important. Either turns gray, wrinkles, or sags. So get your mind right. Start thinking long term now, because eventually all these so-called things that are important ain't gonna mean nothing. So start looking at humor and loyalty and intelligence, especially when you're trying to make another person with a person, right? So if we're talking long term, sometimes it's settling your hotness down. Sometimes it's settling yourself down and realize especially for men. We're not really so-called settling for the person. Sometimes it's just us settling down and getting out the streets and getting out the game. And for women, sometimes it's like settling away from that silly list that nobody could fill. Because I've met women with 20, 30 things on the list. And I'm
that list go from here to like
no human. I want him to be a thug and a Christian. I want him to be rich but be a hustler. I want him to be monogamous, but pay up and be a pawn. I'm like, wait a minute.
And then you get a certain age.
I want to fly the world, G5 jets, but be home every night at 5. I'm like,
you get a certain age, you be like, you know what? Just let them breathe, let them have, let them have life, let them have 5 toes, 10 toes, 10 hands.
And sometimes you just want to be with somebody who gives you peace of mind. That you're just like, everything's all good.
Peace is 80% now for me, Mike.
Yeah, no.
If I come in the house, I don't care what your body looks like. I don't care what you did last night. If I feel worse crossing the threshold of my house than I did outside facing and fighting against the whole world, this ain't working. Like nothing else matters at this age. All I want to do is have some peace. So honestly, if I could do it all again, the people I would have dated would not have all looked like they could have been in the same singing group. I wouldn't have had no type. I wouldn't have done none of that. I would have been like, who's nice, who's funny, who likes me, who can I trust? Because ain't nothing worse than being around somebody that you can't trust. You want to know about having your heart broken in a way that messes you up personally, even after you leave them. Now you can't trust other people. When people break your trust, that's a whole nother level of heartbreak. So I would stay away from people that I knew weren't the most trustworthy and all that looking back. And if you was ugly, I could be like, there's hair and nails and there's gyms and makeup and we're all going to get old anyway. And who knows the way I would have been picking if I had, the mind of the person.
But Doc, that's the crazy thing on the environment and the culture that we live in. Like as 16, 17, 18-year-olds, nobody told us we should really have a conversation with the lady that you like. Like you should really find out, do you guys have something? Like having something in common was the corniest thing we ever heard. Do you have anything in common where, yeah, she looks good.
Yeah.
She looks really good. That's what we have in common.
That's the problem.
Nobody ever told us. We never had uncles, and even like my dad is amazing. Like I love my dad. He's like my best friend. But nobody ever gave us the conversation where what do you guys literally have in common? And can you really have a conversation where you're not thinking about each other's body and you're actually laughing with each other? Like, go ahead, Mo. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, just to add to that, even outside of that, are you even in a space where you're thinking about what does this person want for the next 5, 10, 15 years of their life? Because we change, right? The things that we like, the things that we want, we desire, it changes. So is this person going to still be the person I want to rock out with when I look up 15 years from now and they're not the same person? Is this a person I feel like I can grow with, meaning grow with what they want and what I want? Is that going to align? What is that going to look like?
And Mo, and that like is a long-term thought process, right? That's a long-term. So sometimes you got to realize, like, can we date and actually have a common goal? My thing was, you said something yesterday that I thought, and you and Shawnee both said something. You said you didn't go on a prom date simply because you thought if you went on a prom date with somebody, you would have to have sex. Do you know how ridiculous our culture is that you didn't go on a prom date simply because the guys were taught that you would have to put out on your prom date?
That was the rule of thumb. That's all everybody talked about senior year. That was the rule of thumb. Do you
know how unfair it is for women on that side, and how unfair it is for men on boys on this side to be taught that in order to celebrate this momentous occasion, somebody would have to do something that they weren't ready to do. And my whole point of saying that is that is the blockade that becomes between men and women when we can't connect. And I've been part of it. I've been 1000% part of it. Like nobody gets to have this conversation where like holding hands, as corny as that sounds, of holding hands with somebody walking down the street and not thinking about them taking their clothes off. Because as guys, we're trained. We are literally trained from the time we're like 14 years old that our goal is to get you to take your clothes off, to do something that we ain't even built to do. We don't even have the mental capability to understand the responsibility that happens after that sexual act happens. And we wind up turning into predators where all we're doing is trying to get that out of a woman, not knowing that when me and Dr. Smith are at the ages that we are now, and we look back and we go, I really should have just talked to her. I really should have just had long conversations with her.
Especially if the sex was terrible.
Yeah. On both sides.
Into the bed, like I should talk to her.
No, but then
space partner, but man.
You realize all the people like in your life when you get older. You realize all the people the interesting people that you met. That
but
you
then,
never.
By that time, we're damaged. We're scarred.
Yeah.
We're like, I don't want to be bothered. I know that's me. I don't want to be bothered. I'm like,
and you did mess up the friendship, like y'all said earlier.
Like you took me for granted then, so
like I've had, like if I would have met Shawnee 15, 20 years ago, like me and Shawnee's, we've already had more conversations that I've had with more. When I was in my 20s, I've never had conversations about real stuff, like real conversations. But if I had met you 15 years ago, my whole goal would have been like, okay, I'm really going to talk to you, Shawnee, but I got an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I got an agenda. I mean, yeah, you're smart. God bless. Yeah, you have initiative. God bless. Yeah, you got a work ethic. God bless. But are we going to wind up where I need you to wind up at? Even and now when me and Jay Black, every dude I know, when you think about it now, you go like, why didn't I have a conversation with this person and find out who they were to find out if maybe that would have led to something long term? I never thought I'd be having
a good friendship. Like you said, like I feel like looking back on that time in my life, I feel like I missed so much of the people that I could have really got to know.
Yes.
People that were funny, people that had common interests. Like
yes.
when you're on that mission and you prioritize, romance and sex because you're at that age and those are the messages you're getting, you're missing people who could really be real friends to you, people who could really expose you to new things because you don't, like you said, you don't go on dates for other reasons. And it would be nice to just go out, like Shawnee said, let's just go out and see this. I heard this comedian's in town. Let's just, because we both like comedy, go and have nice experiences. But when you're locked in, and I'm glad you said the P word, Mike, because I've been saying for a long time, we need to expand what the definition of predator is. Because people are always like, oh, he's a predator. She's a predator. And ironically, they'll say somebody who's 50 is a predator for being with somebody 25 when they have a genuine connection. Meanwhile, like you're saying, Mike, somebody else could be in a so-called relationship, but the whole time it's an agenda-driven, a look-driven, only waiting for the payout. We need to have like a term like long-range predators. Just like on the women's side, they'll say somebody's a hoe if they take the money and have sex, but if we have 2 dates, it's okay. No, long range hoe, long range predator. It just took a little longer, right? So I think people need to look at it that way. Like you said, Mike, we could just get in a different space. It doesn't matter how long it takes or how subtle you are about it. If that's your goal, if that's the way you value and look at people, if that's the only reason you're here, if you're not as interested in their comfort or, what their agenda is, as opposed to what you're trying to get out of the deal, then yeah, those are exploitative, abusive, predatory, ways of being. And people need to look at it that way. I don't care how much you paid for the date. I don't care how many times you told her she looked nice. I don't care if you told her you loved her to get some. That's predatory behavior. Because you're not being genuine and you're not being supportive. Like Shawnee said, you're scarring people. So all of those things check off all them boxes to me. Even if you was married and had a baby, you could be a full-fledged abusive predator.
Yep.
And people think that they're exempt. Like, oh no, that's my wife. And that's my no. You was destroying that woman long term, which is actually worse. I would have rather you just try to tackle her one night than what you went and did. Now credit messed up. She got to raise these kids, and she don't want to trust nobody.
Oh wow.
She's better off just having some mace.
Say it.
Amen.
And I didn't even think we were going to get into this whole relationship thing, but but when we got into this, my question is, it's already hard enough just being in a relationship and trying to not being like not saying the wrong thing, having the wrong agenda. But then, Dr. Smith, when the race comes into account.
That's where I was at too. I was in my mind thinking the world already trying to break our bonds and our families, like historically snatching children out of mom's hands and making sure people couldn't get married. And if you did get married, it looked like y'all was getting along, they'd sell you off and beat you in front of them and sometimes violate you sexually. Like there's so much pressure already to destroy any sense of positive interaction, productive. I was looking at a whole documentary about eugenics and forced sterilization yesterday, and how much energy and effort and millions of dollars and Rockefeller and how they were working with Hitler and admiring each other and trying to destroy black and brown bodies. And I was like, yo, don't nobody want you to have that highest elevation of a relationship, which is like a productive family and reproducing. So that's the end goal that most of the forces in the world are trying to destroy. And we need to get all this other stuff right to have a, it's one thing to have a baby, it's nothing to raise a family and stay together. And if you can't stay together, can you still work together? Like there's so much that goes into that. I was looking at how much opposition we had. And I'm glad we having these kind of conversations. I'm like, people need to know what they're really up against. Because when you just trying to make something work with a man or a woman and just trying to pay some bills, get along long distance, co-parent or raise a family, you got to be in your proper stance. And like, spiritually and in terms of the world, like people is coming for y'all.
Yeah, it's
y'all
a fight.
getting along. I don't care if y'all not together. Y'all working it out. Y'all got visitation. Y'all okay? Just understand. So when them little things do come in, them attacks come in, you can be like, I'm not gonna let this override the fact we got to raise these children together. I'm not, because Michael Blackson said on the Breakfast Club recently, saying how he had this whole dispute about custody and tried to move and spent $50,000. He said he told the guys, get along with the baby's mom.
Yeah, get along.
I had a financial meeting. That's the first thing the guy said to me. He said, do not argue with that woman. He said, you want to protect your finances? I'm going to tell you the first thing you need to do. If this is important to you, to have some stability and, for the children, if all that's important to you, then you need to just retire arguing. Whatever the difference is, you can have all the differences in the world. But arguing, you need to shelf that. And especially if you're not really with the person. You ain't even there. What you coming over arguing for? You call it arguing.
Yeah,
so
that is the...
And when he said it hit me hard. So I was like, you know what? That's all wasted energy.
And I said that on stage talking about therapists. An argument is probably the most inefficient thing that you can ever take part in. Yeah. Because once you start an argument, you've already taken sides and you've already decided to dig in, and nobody wants to be proven wrong. A discussion is something different. Having a discussion with somebody and not using the word you. Like, I'm just doing this on the therapist that told me, you keep using the word you talking to the person. And when you have the discussion, you need to use the word me. Me. I did this. I did ownership. That. I've taken ownership that this has been my fault in this. But once you start
in the conflict.
Yeah, because it's like anything else. Once you say once I say, Dr. Smith, you did this. T-Pain is whack, and you think T-Pain is whack. I'm just being funny.
We got to bring T-Pain in
it.
But
this thing on something nonsensical as a debate like that. Once I say you did this and you said this and you were wrong for this, all of a sudden we're not having a discussion. We've turned it into...
I'm defensive. I'm defensive now. Now I'm in defense mode. I got to defend myself.
Yeah. I did that because you.
No. Because I tried to exercise, Shawnee. I tried to exercise. He made me go through the exercise. You can never say you. And trust me, it took me like 3 days where he said, you're never going to say you. Like, he put the person in front of me. This is the person you're speaking to. This is the person that you have the ultimate problem with. But you cannot say you did this. You have to incorporate yourself in every single word. It took me 3 days. And trust me, I failed a lot. Because at the end of the day, what can you do about what they did? You can only do something about what you did.
Yeah.
That's
and
the only...
when you're taking ownership in your role in a conflict, that's the only thing that you need to focus on. When the moment you say you destroy all of your accountability. That person is looking at you now like, oh, so it's me, and you lose focus on everything that you're trying to accomplish, which is getting to some type of common goal. So, Michael Shawn, yes, never you.
Yeah,
always me.
And I'm still
me.
And I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. I'm not even saying I'm a finished product. I'm still working on it. Not saying you. But so
It made me think of the elders who would live together for 30, 40 years and nobody knew that they weren't still married or weren't getting along, or the kids be in the house somewhere. I thought mom and dad was fine. They got married, they got divorced after we graduated college. That was the plan for the last 15 years. And I realized that a lot of people skip that step. Like you said, Mike, they know that there's no point in arguing. Right? They say, we're already paying for this house. We both love these children. And when I see older people sitting on the porch now, I laugh inside. So I'm like, they got just as much to argue about as anybody else. They just realize it ain't no point. So let's just go on ahead and enjoy this day, right? We don't even gotta be apart. We can both be right on this porch. I thought to myself, they just realized after a certain amount of time, let's skip the arguing. Even if I don't like nothing that's going on right now, there's no reason in bringing it up. And when you see a man who's not talking a lot, I used to think, oh, he must not. I said, no, he knows better. He done spent a good amount of time trying to change things. My dad said, I never want an argument with a woman. He said, you can go ahead and try, though. And I'm here to report. I'm back on the battlefield to report, Mike. I'm 0 to 1,000,000 in the win sky. I don't have no wins. Because like you said, you're not winning anything. That's not a revelation. Is just destroying trust and respect and preventing real communication and solving problems. Like if you, I told her what?
But you know what's funny, Dr. Smith, about that? You can win an argument, but just understand that the enemy that you're shooting bombs at, you're shooting it on your side of the field.
That's your team. That's your team. You hit.
So when you win, when you win an argument,
knock your team out. Great, right?
You just blew up the whole house, and you're like, I won, and we're gonna sit here right now with flames because we ain't shooting at the other team. The other team is right here with me. The other team is going to bed with me. The other team is raising kids with me, and you're just blowing everything up. And I'm like, yeah. And trust me, it's frustrating because I'm like, yeah, but I want to win. But no, I don't. Because like you said, the two old people who are sitting there on the porch, they're like, we could argue or enjoy this lemonade.
Yeah, let's just enjoy life. Like, what's the point? And they old enough to know, ain't nobody else going to be argue proof.
Right.
Why am I going to leave and go get somebody else? If I can't prevent myself from arguing with you, I'm going to be arguing with somebody else because life is like that. The things aren't perfect. So once you realize the reality of, human interaction, nobody's perfect. There's always going to be things that make us, frustrate each other. How about we learn to deal with the frustration and focus on, like you said, the positive things, improve ourselves. Yeah. And, that'll improve the relationship. If I think I'm going to leave you and I'm going to find somebody that don't argue, I'm going to find somebody that never makes me upset. Good luck, right? And that's what a lot of people do. They be like, you go ahead, you leave me, the kids, the house, go on, get your apartment, go find your new girl. I don't care if she's younger, how she look. Don't think you're not going to have problems. And then you're going to be trying to call me and creep back, talking soulmates. You're going to be trying to call me, complain about her, and be like, oh, no.
You got what you wanted.
So now you're free to not argue with me. Have a good night. Don't call me after 12 no more.
Oh my God! What time is it? I think we have enough.
Oh yeah, it's time for me to go. I gotta go.
Oh, okay.
Soulmate. No, I'm just kidding.
Go get your soulmate. Dr. Smith is here every single Friday. Thank you so much for just rocking out. We normally talk about different stuff, but I thought this was pretty good.
Yeah, versatility, right?
And we got our next guest, Dr. Smith. Thank you, homie. Thank you.
Yes.
I know we're doing a lot with Mo with the charity situation.
Yes.
Making big moves in the world.
Yes.
Take care, y'all. Much love.
All right. Be safe. Oh wow, that was different.
Yes. Listen, he always brings it. He always brings it. Always hits it. Hits it right on the head.
I don't even know how to act. We didn't even argue. Like we didn't argue about anything.
No.
I feel unsatisfied.
The commonality of conflict.
Yeah, y'all were on the same page today.
I don't think we're gonna do that next Friday. All right, Shawnee, who's our next guest? And let us know what's going on.
Okay, I'm on a different page. Our next guest is TikTok sensation. She's like an amazing TikToker. She has like 100 million followers.
This is the mom, right?
I think she's a mom because I see a kid running in the background of her little box down here. But Jay reached out to her, asked her to be on the show. She goes by the name of Shanta Q, and I hope I said that right. Did I say your name right? Shanta Q. Hey,
Shanta Q. Shanta Colette, but I go by Shanta Q.
Hey, Shanta.
Hey.
Wait a second, Shanta. You have. I talked to Leah Frazier. and you have one of the most amazing stories. So let me get this straight. Like, please break this down right now. You just got on TikTok out of nowhere, and you started making, because I watched your videos and I'm dying. Because I was like, why didn't I do that with my kids? Like, I should have showed them how I would have won a talent show, goddamn, because I did those dances. BBD, I did the whole thing. So tell us how you started and where you were doing, what were you doing before TikTok?
So I am a mom, a wife.
Right.
I've worked with, recently retired from the IRS, worked there almost 15 years, do some nonprofit work. I have a nonprofit called Pink Peppermint Project here in Dallas, Texas. But in the last 2 years, I experienced a stroke and a heart attack, which set me back a bit. I had some, paralysis, some cognitive issues, all the things that come with stroke, right?
Right.
And during the pandemic, there was a lot going on. I was already kind of in a shutdown because I was in a full-time therapy.
Right.
And my daughter asked me one day to get on TikTok. Would I do a TikTok dance with her? And so I did a TikTok dance with her, and I liked it, and then we started doing more, and then I really started liking it more than she liked it. So then she decided that she didn't want to do it with me anymore. So and I kept
that's enough.
Yeah, that's enough. And I kept doing it. And then one of my girlfriends encouraged me. She's like, you know what? You are really funny. You need to start doing some of those things, some of the stuff that you do in front of us on TikTok. So I started doing voiceovers. Then I started writing, different stories and different scenarios that I remembered as a child or in high school. And my first viral video was, it was called Married, but Not Blind. And where I'm this, woman laying in bed, and this man is in these gray sweatpants, and obscurely, kind of looking, pretending like I'm not looking at him dance. And it went viral. And then from there, my biggest viral video, I was telling a story, and ended up getting over 12 million impressions, and I'm here today.
The amazing part, look, I will never underestimate what life does and what God does, because everything you just said health-wise that you had to go through to get into a TikTok with your daughter, and then literally be able to turn this into something that this is not coincidental. Like, we can't write this. Like, this is really awesome. God's a comedian. Like,
Yes.
God's really like, listen, I'm going to put you through all this. I'm going to make sure that you go through struggles, you go through a dark place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in a situation where you make people laugh and have a good time. So when you started, when did you realize, because everybody gets like, I went viral. When did you realize that something was happening? Like, when you were like,
when people started reaching out to me, telling me how much the video impacted them, how they were having bad days, or even my absence. Like, when I was gone a couple of days, 3 or 4 days off of TikTok, I started getting inboxes saying, hey, are you okay? We love your content. We love you. Just constantly my inbox is flooded daily from, women across the country who, have similar stories. They've gone through strokes and heart attacks, a chronic illness, and trying to find a way out. And, me just showing people, hey, it doesn't stop there. As long as you're living, as long as you're breathing, there's always opportunity to get better and do more. And really trying to find your purpose within that.
Now, I know Mo has questions, and I just want to tell you, I play too much. Like, I want to tell you, like, I've lost friendships because I play too much, right? So you are married, correct?
I am.
Okay, so you're a TikTok, you're a celebrity. Now, mind you, before I keep going, I play too much.
I play too much too. So come on.
Okay. All right, so I know you're married, you're happily married. Mm-hmm. You're obviously an attractive woman. I'm looking at you right now.
Of course.
So I know these young boys have sent you some inappropriate pictures. Like, you have to be getting inappropriate stuff. Like TikTok, they ain't got DMs, but I'm sure your Instagram is popping too. Like, have you gotten some stuff where you're like, whoa, wait a second, whoa?
I've gotten a couple, but I don't entertain it. I don't respond to it. I just delete it. I think if you respond or say anything, you're inviting it. So I have, but it goes out the door. I had a funny one last Friday where
okay, that was the one I sent. You ain't got to talk about it. That's the one I sent. You ain't got to talk about it. You ain't got to talk about it. It was funny.
He outing himself.
It was light-skinned. I'm sorry. I apologize. No, I'm saying, go ahead, tell the story. It was funny.
It was really funny. A guy, like on TikTok on live, people can kind of chime in and invite themselves to your live feed. And so it's kind of scary because you don't know what's coming on the screen. And so I invited this guy in. He's like, he's laying on the bed. And he's like, I want to interview you. And he's like, he's a young guy. And he's like, a man like me, what would I need to know about you in the future? What would you tell me about dating you in the future if I wanted to date you? And so I started talking about my blood pressure pills and my
make sure you sort my medicine, baby.
Taking me to doctor's appointments. He got off there real quick.
Make sure you sort my pills, baby.
Right.
On Sunday, get me ready for the week.
You can talk to my husband. He can tell you the day in a life.
But I ain't gonna lie. I got to give it to the young boy. That question on the future, that's not a bad. I mean, you probably shouldn't have been in the bed when he asked the question. He probably shouldn't have been in the bed when he asked the question. But like in the future, that wasn't bad. Go ahead, Mo. Go ahead. Y'all bond. Go ahead, Mo.
What is this Gigi's secret versus the Victoria's Secret?
So one day I was thinking about all my grandmothers, and my dad's mother had 10 girls and 2 boys.
Wow.
And, yes, and that's just one grandmother. Other grandmother had 8 sons and 1 daughter. But I would see my grandmothers. They would all wear these muumuus, these button-up gowns. My grandmother never wore anything. My grandmother, my dad's mother, she never wore anything really extravagant outside of church. And so I was thinking like, she wasn't, she didn't put in a lot of effort to get dressed, but she was popping out these babies, right? And I was like, well, I'm doing all this work, putting on my Victoria's Secrets and all this kind of stuff. And my husband don't even care about that because what did he do? They rip it all off. They take it off. They don't care. So I said, hey, my grandma got this with this muumuu. She went to Family Dollar, put this on. Grandpa was plowing the fields. He came in. He knew that there was nothing up under there. He knew.
Yes.
Yes. I just it made me relive my grandparents and just saying, hey, men don't care. Men don't care. You don't need Victoria's Secrets. Just go to the dollar store, get your muumuu. It all comes off the same way.
No, because that muumuu was the original sundress. Those were the original sundresses. Like,
I used to clown my mom. I was like, why you got that on? Let me tell you, I got 3 from Amazon Prime and all different colors. And everything's out under that thing.
And wait. So they're called muumuus for real.
We call them caftans now. We done got fancy.
Caftans.
We done got fancy.
Yeah.
Oh. And you can get these where? Like just for
Walmart, yeah, anywhere.
Shawty brushing her hair. She said Walmart.
Listen.
The
free breeze that come up under that thing.
Let me tell you.
The free breeze. What is y'all talking about now?
You just got to snap. It's just a few snaps.
Yeah.
So how long? First of all, I think you may have said it. How long have you been married?
Me and my husband have been married this year 15 years. We've been together 20.
So when you started doing this, I'm sure he may not. And congratulations, God bless. Because that 15 years. Let me tell you something. You've been married 2 lifetimes in my life. But when your husband is watching, he don't even know. I'm assuming that he doesn't even know you're actually doing this stuff. Like he's probably just like you and your daughter doing whatever.
Right.
When does it get serious where he starts going? I don't know what your nickname is. Does he have a nickname for you?
He calls me Q.
Q. When does he come to you like Q? And don't take this any way, Q. When does he go? What the fuck is this? Like what is really going on right now? Like does he go like what is going on? Like why what's happening?
No. So he was part of when we first started doing videos with my daughter. He was part of them, so we did it as a family.
Oh, okay.
So he would come in, and then me and him would do different skits. Whatever the kids would ask us, whatever my son and daughter would ask us to do, we would participate in it. And then, a lot of times he would see me. He's like, "What are you doing? A TikTok? I hear you up in the morning, sliding across the floor. Like, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm doing a TikTok." And then I think when I did the one with where I'm telling the story, and celebrities started sharing it. And
I heard D.L. Hughley. Was it D.L. Hughley shared it?
D.L. Hughley. When I did the first one, was like Fred Hammond. It was a lot of gospel artists.
Yeah.
Miss Kevin Gates. So it was a lot of different people. And so what really hit him is he was at work one day, and he was scrolling through Yahoo News, and Yahoo Celebrity News.
Yes.
And he took a double take, and he was like, he thought he was like, maybe he had hit something, but he was on his work computer. So he was thinking like maybe he hit something or something, and it made it come up, or a picture of me come up. So he clicked on it. And so I hadn't seen it. So he had been, I guess, blowing up my phone, blowing up the kids' phones. And my daughter said, Dad wants to talk to you. And he's like, have you pulled up your computer? And I was like, no. He's like, you need to go on Yahoo right now. And so I went on Yahoo. He said he had to screenshot it just in case somebody thought he was lying, and then it went away. And so I went on there, and I just typed yahoo.com, and the first thing that came up was my picture. And it's like, Mom tells this story. And then he was like, okay, hey, we might be going to Hollywood.
Let me tell you, your husband is amazing. Because if I'd have seen that, I'd have quit my job that day. I'm like, I'm out. We on Yahoo. Shawnee, you got a question?
Well, what's the story? Which one is the story? I'm looking on your TikTok page. I'm trying to.
Yeah, you have to go down. It was in December. It was basically, it says, have you seen my daughter? And it's just basically me telling a story about the school calling me, telling me that my daughter was leaving with a strange man every day. And
I did see that. I did see that.
That's me.
Oh, okay.
Yo, that's you.
Mike was today years old when he found out that was you.
Yo, I'm wilding right now. Oh my God. I don't mean, can I call you Q? Q. Yeah, I'm wilding right now. That is fucking. Oh my God.
So the school called, and I didn't see it, so I want to know what it is.
So the school calls me, and I'm telling the story, and I have a straight face, I have panic in my face, and I'm telling it in a very depressive mode, in a depressive mood. And I go and I describe the man. I talk about how they say the teacher describes the man to me to say he's got thin hair, he's stumpy, he's tall, he looks like he's out of shape. He has a light mustache. And so I'm just like, scared and nervous. And I asked him to send over a picture of this man so I can see. And when they send the picture over, it's me without my wig.
Yes.
Yes. I am trying to find that. Oh my God, I'm trying to find that.
It takes people up an emotional roller coaster. People are like,
but this was a minute ago.
Mode.
Like you did it. It was in December, and I was sitting there, and I was just watching. Like, what is they? I'm thinking I'm gonna be mad. Like somebody's really taking.
Call me like he hasn't told me about this. What is going on? What is going on with her daughter?
And then you came up. I hate you. 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 And Leah's telling me about you, and I'm like, okay, I mean, because I'm not really like, I'm familiar. My kids are all on TikTok and everything, and I'm watching TikTok. But this was something that it just wasn't on TikTok. This got put on Instagram.
It got put on Instagram, Twitter.
Yes.
It was the one that got over 12 million impressions. It's like, it was being translated in like 12 different countries. Australia, China. Like I watched it in China, and they have someone translating what I'm saying. So it's like it made global news, and it made Yahoo Celebrity. I'm really excited, and so now I think Cafe Mom says I'm in the top 20. I'm in the top 20 moms to follow, and I'm the only melanated woman in that group.
Oh, okay.
Melanated. Clap it up for melanation. Clap it up for melanation. Wait a second.
Yes.
Now, the amazing thing is that I've been a comedian for over 20 years, worked on radio for over 20 years. The funny thing is like comedians really had a problem with like social media people being funny. And then we had to get used to it. Your writing and the ideas that you have like are really those on the same level of somebody who's sitting on a writing team for like Saturday Night Live.
That's
like
my goal.
Which is what'd you say? That's your goal?
That's what I've always dreamt to be on, like Living Color or Saturday Night Live as a kid. I've always been like this. I was telling someone, my teacher used to tell me, she's like, Miss Carter, you need to take your show on the road, not in my classroom. Because that was just me as a person.
And that was how I was in high school. And they were like, you're never going to make money doing this. You're going to be a clown all your life. And I was like, little did you know. But
you can DM her now and say, I took it on the road.
I was gonna make triple your entire life that you ever made. But my thing is, your writing skills are so amazing. So now, are you taking time out in the day and like, this is my writing session, this is my next skit, this is what I'm gonna do on TikTok?
Yes.
So you're planning all this out? Is it just you? Is it just you, or do you have a team now?
I don't have a team. I have a mentor who's in the comedy world, who is kind of helping me develop myself. I have comedians reaching out to me all the time, saying, hey, that can be stand up. You can take that on the stage, and this is how you do it. And I was, really encouraged to do some stand up. I joined the Dallas Comedy House, and then unfortunately, before I could start taking my classes, they closed down. So I am looking to kind of improve myself, because I don't know anything about stand up, but I do know that I'm funny. I do know that.
So why don't you just come? You said the Dallas Comedy House. Why don't you just come do my show at the Arlington Improv?
But that would take me going on stage and standing, and I'm not ready for that.
No, you just do. No, you just come on.
Okay.
You do one of your bits. You do 4 minutes, and you just come. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me explain something about this comedy thing. Let me explain something real. And this is, I know this. I'm not telling you this because I think this. I know this. There is no perfect time to get on stage.
Okay.
There's only a time to get on stage. The first time I got on stage, I was 24 years old, and I did 5 minutes, and I paid $10 on an open mic in New York City. And when I got on stage, they laughed once. And when I walked out of there, I realized what I was going to do with the rest of my life. They laughed once. In 5 minutes, I told one joke and they laughed, and God said, this is what you're going to do. And this is what I've done. I've paid every bill. I bought every car. I paid every mortgage, every rent. I've done everything because of comedy. There is no perfect time to get on stage. There's just a time to get on stage. And once you get on stage, it's on and popping. You've already done something that no comedian has done before they got on stage. You've already got millions of people watching you. Now it's just get on stage. Just go. Like there's no reason, there's no time to wait. At the end of the day, no matter what happens on that 5 minutes, you're gonna go back on TikTok and you're still gonna have millions of people watching you. It's a no-lose situation. I'm just saying, just come. If you're in Dallas, just tell me and just come.
Did you come to the show with Leah?
Did you come to the show with Leah?
No, I didn't.
Was that you? Okay, I couldn't remember. So I know somebody came with her.
And I realized, I'm not disrespecting. I realize everybody wants to monetize everything, and I respect that. But if you want to get on stage, just come. I'm at the Arlington Improv August 8th. We're doing Tyler, Texas with Rodney Perry September 6th.
Okay.
They're venues for you to just get on and just stretch out and just literally do the bits that you're doing on TikTok, because I'm telling you, you're hilarious, and it's gonna translate. Funny is always gonna translate. It's always gonna translate no matter where we're at, no matter what. We can be in a library and we can be like, yo, we're about to get it popping right now. And guess what? We're gonna make people laugh. I'm trying to I have another I got so much to ask you now, because I cannot believe that was your ass that did that. Oh my God. So you're not getting paid. No, you are getting paid for TikTok.
I am a paid content creator. I am a paid content creator. I'm in a marketplace, so I get paid per views. And I've been getting partnerships and collaborations with other businesses. I'm doing my first big collaboration with a consumer goods company.
Nice.
Here, I'm supposed to be getting my stuff today.
Get your coin, girl.
Yes. So I'm really excited. So I retired. I retired from the IRS, and
So the pay is that good when you get to that.
I was retired anyway. I was retired anyway, honey.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it is lucrative. People, depending on your views, there are people making $100,000 to $200,000 a year. If you're consistent, and that's the thing. It's all about consistency. Like when I was doing it, I didn't have any idea of making money. That wasn't even my concern. I was just doing something that made me feel good and made other people feel good, and it translated. And they always say, do what you love, and the money will come naturally. So I already had a full-time job, a career. So me getting on TikTok was just something I was doing as a hobby. And now it's translating into money. So I'm like, hey, this is good.
And I'm just so happy that you got to retire and from IRS, because them IRS hoes stay on your neck. Like these hoes, they stay on your neck. Like,
wait a minute, she worked for the IRS, Mike.
No, I'm saying, but she retired. You retired, right?
Yeah, but you said them IRS hoes stay on your neck.
No, I'm not talking about her. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about.
I was telling Shawnee, I was that chick. They don't stop. I was a revenue officer and agent.
Yo, I've been paying these dudes and these dudes for like 7 years, $190 a month for like 7 years. Like, dog, like. And then if you're late like one day, it's like $7,000 in late fees. So I'm glad that
a lot of money.
Yes. I didn't even know I was making that much money. God damn! Like, I'm glad you retired. Like, all right, let me slow down with F the IRS. I don't want no problem. All right, so what are the bigger plans other than you coming to our comedy show? Because I'm not going to stop till you come to the comedy show. But what is a big time goal that you're like, this is what I want to do from this?
I want to continue writing. I want to continue creating amazing content. My overall goal, if I could actually be a comedian on, SNL, something like, having my own, reality show, just really, because in my household, we all are like this. Like, we're all like this.
Y'all do that all day. Everybody's like
my mom says, I've never seen a house that keeps up so much foolishness.
And y'all all sober? Everybody's sober?
Everybody's sober. My kids all have
I know the kids are sober, but
my dad. So
but you and your husband don't smoke or nothing? Y'all just straight sober.
We sober, yeah. I have a natural high.
That's great. I wish I could have done that. That's great.
It's just me. Now my husband, he does, he becomes inebriated sometimes, So. He could escalate his comedy. But for me, it's just me.
All right, so do you have a plan? Like, if we're following you on TikTok right now, do you already know when the next TikTok you're going to put up there? Do you already have a schedule in your mind?
So I batch them, and I normally do. So here's the thing. Sometimes I batch them, and sometimes I could just be sitting down watching TV, and I'll go, I got it. And I'll just start recording, and I'll post it.
Wow. Okay, I don't want anything except one thing. Just one. Okay, I lied. Two things.
Go ahead and make it 3.
Okay, no. Okay, probably 3, but I'm gonna stay with 2 right now. 1, I would love you if you can to come to the comedy show.
I will do that.
And just come in the crowd. And if you feel it, if you're like, you know what, I want to get on stage. Okay. Number two. There's I'm not doing 3. Number 2. Can I do 1 TikTok with you? Just
Absolutely.
1.
Absolutely.
You sure?
I'm positive.
I just want 1, and you can have me on a non-speaking role. Like you can just have me. I just want to be anywhere in the TikTok realm, just right there, and just do. Okay, so 1, you come to the comedy show,
right?
And 2, I just want to be in a TikTok. That's it.
Okay,
that's all.
That's easy.
Now 3, if you get filthy rich, 3. No, I'm playing. Just 2.
I was going to close the screen down.
I know you was about to block it. You was about to do this. You
blocked.
You like this. All right. Goodbye. It's been nice. Oh, we want to keep you coming. I thank you so much for just joining the show. And shout to your family, shout to your husband, because there's nothing better than a family doing something together like this and just having a ball and everybody being able to do what they do. We're gonna stay in touch. Leah has your information. I'm going to get the information from Leah. Please.
I'll be there on September the 6th.
Oh, no. It's actually the next show is August 8th. It's a Sunday.
That's my favorite reunion.
At the Arlington Improv.
Favorite reunion.
Your light just popped on like you was about to do a TikTok. I said, well, goddamn, already? What in the hell? August 8th is a Sunday. You said you got a family reunion?
I have a family reunion on you said the 8th. That's a Saturday, right?
That's Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me write that down.
We will get all your information. And thank you so much for taking time out just to do this. And you have an energy that is so great. Oh my God. Like you're amazing. So keep doing your thing.
Would you tell me if it was bad?
You said what?
Would you tell me if it was bad? You have an energy that is so bad.
I probably would have, and that's why I'm losing friends by the minute. That's why I'm losing friends. I'm losing friends by the minute, y'all. No, but you have your energy is so good, and that's what you got to do in life. Like, listen, I don't mean to curse too much, but fuck the world. You got to be happy. Yeah. You got to be happy by any means necessary. And when you got a husband who's chiming in and doing that, and you got kids that are making it happen. Oh, we got one comment. Family, Kevin, really, we're going to promote your apparel.
The plug.
No, never. Kevin, just keep it up.
Like his profile.
Yeah, he apparel to the sister to wear her family from design. Kevin, you just put it out there. She just read it to you. She just read the whole thing. Kevin has an apparel company, and we wear his hoodies and his t-shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I have one on.
And Shawnee got Kev.
DM me, Kevin.
DM her, Kev. See, we got love for you. Thank you so much for joining us, and we want to have you back when you have time.
Absolutely. Just let me know.
Amazing.
Right. God bless. Go follow her. TikTok. Yes. Wow. This has been good. It's been a good show, y'all. It's been a good show. Do we still do allegedly? What time is it? I'm exhausted. I feel like I'm ready to go to sleep. What's going on?
Hold on. What time? I guess we could do allegedly. Now, allegedly with Sexy Mo.
All right, allegedly Sexy Mo. Now, unfortunately, I do have to use the restroom, so you get right into it. I'll be right. Oh, you ready?
Oh, you ready, Mo?
I am ready.
See, Mo, you know what time you're supposed to start, girl.
I am ready. Well, we were late. Now you gotta go take a pee break, but I'm good.
First of all, I'm a grown ass man. Don't nobody pee. Don't nobody. I'm using the restroom. I'll be right back. He's
going to the big boys room.
I'm using the restroom.
He's going to the big boys room.
Well, speaking of, a big boy.
Okay.
Our favorite short man, Kevin Hart. He said that he was actually invited to go up to the into outer space by Jeff Bezos.
Oh, really? Is he gonna go?
Well, he said he asked for the numbers, and because they don't have the numbers of not only the successes of these runs, but he wants to know the ratio of people who didn't make it. And he said because it's too close together that it wasn't for him. So he turned down Jeff Bezos in terms of going out into inner space. He said it's great, it's exciting, but yeah, it ain't for me, dog. I ain't going.
Yeah, he's in the news too because of him and Nick Cannon.
Yes. So if you haven't had a chance to see that billboard, amongst the stars, they play back and forth or whatever. So apparently Nick Cannon brought him a llama for his birthday. So in good fun, in order for Kevin Hart to get back, he said, you know what? He posted a whole billboard of Nick Cannon and said, if you want to know how to be a good father, call Nick Cannon. He posted Nick Cannon's phone number up there. So of course we all called it. We tried it.
I called
the boy
it.
had to shut down. The man had to shut down his phone number, get a whole new phone line. And so social media had a whole bunch of jokes. Y'all are relentless. They were like, we hope you gave your new number out to all your baby mamas so they can get in contact with you.
Everybody was joking, and Nick Cannon in his mind was saying, I should punch Kevin in his face. Like, they play, like, understand, there's a certain point where you play entirely too much.
Yes.
A llama and putting a billboard up and putting that dude's number on the billboard.
Yes.
Like, that's a lot.
Yes.
Like, and it was super funny. Like, it was super funny. But I know in the back of Nick Cannon's mind, he was like whatever Nick Cannon's about to do back to Kevin Hart, this is gonna start getting outrageous. This is really gonna, because if you put my number out there, you don't think I'm gonna put your number out there?
Yes.
Like, I'm sure Kevin already changed his number because he already knows what Nick Cannon's about to do. But I was like, wow. I said, these guys ain't got, that's the time y'all got on your hands. Y'all making that much money. Y'all can play these games? Like, for real?
Well, Kevin's making so much money. You missed it. Mo said that Jeff Bezos asked Kevin to go into space with him.
Yes.
Man, Kevin, if you go to space, Kevin, don't.
Well, you know, Kevin.
Don't get played out by these white folks. Kevin.
Nah, he's Hollywood, but he black because you know what his response was. I need to know how many people have survived this thing versus the ratio of people who have not survived this thing. And because it's too close, dog, it's a pass for me. He's not going.
Maybe Jay-Z will go. Jay-Z and Beyonce. Well, I can see Jay-Z saying, I'm gonna go to outer space.
No, they not. They don't. Black people black people don't go to space with white people.
Wait a minute. David said he called a number and it went straight to his voicemail.
By the time I got to it,
it was busy. Like when I called it, it was just.
It gave me the message for when like people don't pay their phone bill, and they say the subscriber you are trying to call is not available at this time. So he must have either suspended it.
Wait a second. What is that noise?
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Is it voices or is it?
It sounds like a recording. Somebody an undergraduate or something.
Oh yeah. So I'm
playing something?
No. I just had to mute. I'm in my training. I'm in my leadership.
Okay,
so you doing two things at one time?
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me get this straight. No black person. Don't no minority go to space with white people. Like, stop. Don't even stop. Like, it's enough. They rule the earth. Like, do not get on a goddamn spaceship and go into Kev. Stop. And Kev can be like, no, I'm not gonna do it. No, Kev, you are capable of taking your black ass into space with white people and then doing a workout video while you in space. So don't do it. Like, don't. Like, don't. Jeff Bezos just gave, what's his name from CNN.
Yes.
Van Jones.
Van Jones.
He gave him $100 million. You don't think that comes with some type of like, really?
Why did he give him $100 million?
And so
for no reason. He said he
can
do whatever he wants with it. Get the really? We really don't think that comes with some type of hooks in your neck.
It may not. He may not cash that receipt in now, but definitely down the line, somewhere he gonna say, "Dog, remember when I gave you that 100 million stacks?"
Yeah, he gave it to him and not Anderson. What's his name? And
Anderson Cooper.
Not Anderson.
Yeah.
He gave it to you.
Yeah, shut your ass up. Like, y'all, whatever, man. Whatever. Like, I'm not playing. This is a whole this game is like a movie, a bad movie right now. It's really a bad movie. We got two white boys who went to space, and then the white boy came back and gave another black guy $100 million.
Yes.
That's a bad Netflix movie. There's a reason.
Oh, Michael Jackson bad.
I ain't playing with these kids.
Well, we talked about relationships.
$100 million. Woo!
For no reason. For no reason.
A lot of money.
You wouldn't take it if he called and said, Shawnee, I want to give Mike $100 million. I call Mike. Hey, Jeff Bezos want to give you $100 million. What we doing?
No, I'm taking it. But my thing is, no. But this is the crazy thing, Shawnee. Before that whole thing happened, Van Jones was on CNN criticizing him and saying, how can these people pay all this money to go to outer space and not help people? Then the white boy came back and gave $100 million and said, shut your N-word ass up.
Well,
That's what he
need
did.
To do that. Maybe we need to talk about him and criticize him and see if he'll give us $100 million.
What's his name again?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos, you sellout bastard, you racist. You can help Hispanics all over the world, and you have decided to take your ass to space. Do you know he came back and he told Van Jones to shut your monkey ass up? That's what he said.
I don't
And
think
he gave him the money.
Part is gonna work though.
No, might as well.
I think ain't he Latin or Hispanic?
No, he is
Jeff
Hispanic.
Bezos?
He's
Yeah.
Cuban.
He's other. He's other.
No, he's not other. He's Cuban. He's from Miami. He went to a Miami. That's not other. Hispanic isn't other, sweetie.
Meaning he's not white. Meaning that means you got to check another. He's not Caucasian. Yes. He has to check another mark.
Well, he checked it, and now I need to make you guilty. How can you have all these Hispanics, Jeff Bezos, all over? How can you have all these Mexican kids being taken and put in cages by the border? Come on, I need $100 million.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos, I think you suck. Amazon,
you are horrible.
I'm gonna cancel my Prime account today.
Whoa.
Now, when you give me the $100 million, I'll start it back up.
And Shawnee's canceling her Amazon account, and Sexy Mo is canceling her Amazon account, and Jay Black is canceling his Amazon account,
and my kids too,
and their kids.
Now, where you at, Jeff Bezos?
Where you at? Because I'm not canceling my Amazon account, but the rest of these heifers are canceling. Do you know how crazy it is? Like, nobody understands that Van Jones was killing this dude, and he came from outer space, and he threw money in his face, and Van Jones shut the hell up.
I shut the hell up too.
But that's the problem. Van Jones is already good. He's not $100 million good. He's probably $800,000 good. And he put that money in his face. He said, you can do. And Jeff Bezos played him like such a bitch. He said, you can do whatever you want with it. You ain't even got to tell me. He shut his ass up. And Van had the nerve to go on TV the next day and be like, well, you know, the fact that I would like to use it for different aspects of trying to help the community and stuff like, no, you just criticized him the day before.
Well, that's probably why he did it. All right, let me give you this money and let's see what you do. How many people you gonna help? That's probably what it was about.
But my thing is, like, Van has already got money to be good. You criticize this dude and he shoved money in your face and you change your whole tune. I don't F with you, dog. I would have taken the money too, but I don't F with you. He shut you all the way up. And just like we were talking about Dr. Dre paying $300,000 a month to his wife, and how $300,000 is really, and then we did do the equation. It really is like $500 a month to him. Jeff Bezos is worth, what is it, $200 billion. So $100 million, he pushed a $100 bill in your mouth and shut you up.
That's a lot of bread. That's a lot of money.
But don't you tell me you about the cause. Don't you tell me you about the cause, dog.
Well, I wouldn't say that he's not. I ain't gonna say he's not about the cause. I'll say that he had a price. There's a price.
Yeah, he said,
But
"I'll take the money, but when he walk away, I'll be talking again."
Right.
Van Jones, Van, you're full of shit. Okay, and I've been full of shit before in my life too. Just admit you full of shit. When he stuck that
$100 million.
When he, but my thing is, but you know what, Shawnee, if I'm making 800,000, if I'm making 800,000, I'm not shutting up for 100 million. And y'all gonna think I'm crazy. I'm not.
No, I don't think you're crazy for that.
I'm good. Like, I'm good. But he came right back from that dude heard you in outer space. He heard you in outer space and he came back and it was like, who is this N-word talking to? Here, take this money and shut up. Hey, how about take this money and shut up? And you didn't even like reiterate your criticism. You were like, yeah, well, you know, I don't want to call you an uncle anything. I don't want to call you Uncle Jerry. I don't want to call you Uncle Tom. I don't. But goddamn.
I mean, he's taking the money. He hasn't done. Who is Uncle Jerry?
Uncle Jerry.
He's not done. He's
I
not
was
done
trying to
any-
get away from Uncle, because for some, Uncle Tom has historical things.
Right.
But Uncle Jerry, Uncle McGuire, Uncle Mark, Uncle Ray, but God, he played you and listen. And I want the receipts, Van. Whatever you do with that money, we need to see the receipts on what you're gonna do with that money. That's all we need. Give me one more.
Disappear. He gonna disappear and broadcast from somewhere undisclosed.
Broadcast from space. We gonna get on the spaceship.
And the funny thing is, he didn't give Anderson Cooper. He didn't give Anderson Cooper the money because I forgot Anderson Cooper already has over $100 million. I forgot who his mama was. My bad.
Gloria Vanderbilt. Yeah.
I forgot that money. That don't shake them up. That don't shake that white dude up. He's like,
he probably was like, I don't need your money, Jeff.
I don't at all. And do you see
your money?
And do you see how clear my skin is? I moisturize, bitch. Go ahead. Go. Is there another one? Or you good?
No. So speaking of, off and outer space, they are saying that either Cappy Poindexter must be who is a former WNBA player. She must be either off her meds or needs some meds or flying into outer space in her own head, because she is accusing LeBron James of basically stealing all her money and trafficking. She said that, yes, she is claiming that LeBron James has trafficked her and other women in the WNBA. And so, of course, they released a statement of concern saying that they're concerned for her. And they hope that, if anybody's heard from her physically or seen her physically, to please reach out to them.
What's her name?
Cappy Poindexter.
Hey Mo, what is that furry stuff behind you? Because it makes you that chair like because you look like an angel or something, like you about to take off. Like it with that. No, you're not an angel, motherfucker. Listen, but what is that? This fur?
It looks like I
That's
have
a nice
wings.
chair.
Yeah, thank you.
It really has furry white stuff, like for real.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
And then with the low cut purple thing, like you got the low cut.
It's not purple. It's royal
purple
blue.
It's blue.
It's not purple. It's royal blue. I don't know what your screen looks like.
Yeah,
girl, you look like Kobe Bryant going to heaven. Shut your ass up. That's blue.
This is
That's
royal blue.
Yeah, she's
yes, it's Final Fridays.
Yeah, so she says that she has on blue and white.
Yes,
blue and white.
I don't know. In HD, it doesn't look, but you look like an angel. But okay, all right. So who's this crazy girl who said like LeBron?
So she's a former WNBA player, and she took to social media and put up a video that looks like she's in distress, and so she put up a video that's basically saying, hey, LeBron James stole all of my money. He's trafficking, put
like
me into
sexually trafficking her, like sexually, or just like
you have the clip. There you go. That's her.
I don't
That's
have a
her.
clip.
That's her. And
Okay.
so I'm hoping that, you know, if she is going through some type of mental break, it's never a good look when you see anyone. I don't care if they're a lay person walking the street or if they're
Right.
influencer or a movie star. It's always sad to see someone going through some type of mental health crisis. And clearly, if you see the video, she looks like she's very distressed and going through something. But that's a serious allegation. That's a serious allegation, especially somebody with LeBron James status. He's just come out with Space Jam 2.
Well, Mark said you got a serious allegation. He said you got the Victoria's Secret wings.
It does kind of look like wings.
Does it?
Yeah, I mean, you look
never
good,
heard
though.
that.
I've
never heard that.
Yeah, you look good,
Thank
girl.
Oh, you don't see yourself and you look like you got the wings, like you about to take off.
So now because you said
Here
something,
goes.
now you know. Now
Here
it does
goes.
look like wings.
Now they're like, Mike, that's blue and white. It looks purple, Kobe Bryant
It is
purple to me.
royal blue.
Okay,
and
Michael
white.
Shawn leaning in like a concerned grandparent Mo. Is that no? I'm just trying to figure out. I don't know why I didn't notice this earlier. Like you really got some old wing stuff going. It looks good. Like it's not a. I'm not saying this in a negative way. You look like
Thank
you're
you.
about to fly off into heaven.
Into heaven.
Thank
Yes.
you.
But we need you for tomorrow, so you can't.
Tomorrow. What's
I
happening
mean Monday.
tomorrow?
We need you for Monday. We
okay.
need you for Monday because
Talk
trust
to
me.
God. Talk to God about that. Talk to
My ass
God.
ain't waking up tomorrow morning. All right. Jay Black, are we done?
And shout out to Mike Blackson. Mike Blackson got engaged. He was on the Breakfast Club. He got engaged. You know, his on again, off again girlfriend, of course. One moment they're together, next moment they're, you know, he's like, I'm breaking up.
Listen,
I
get engaged too. I'd get engaged too if the deal was I'm allowed to have a chick every month.
Well, she said bye-bye. She said bye-bye to the side bitches is what she said. And he retorted back, I'll get rid of 90%.
Stop it. Like the fact that, and you know, I got Envy is my dude. Like Envy's super cool. But the fact that like Angela Yee, y'all got up and clapped it up for the engagement when he gets to bang out a chick every month. Like, shut the come
every month.
on.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What is
every
this?
month.
So he gets. So that's why they got engaged.
She's the self-professed queen of the side bitches, as she says.
Well, she said get rid of the side.
She rules all of the side.
Michael Blackson is the original. He's now the new Hugh Hefner. He basically was like, she knows I have to be able to smash out and have a chick once a month or once a week or whatever. I think he said once a month. And then but she can't have any dudes, which is cool, Mike. I got you. But y'all applauding this, y'all applauding the engagement. Okay. Angela Yee's like, oh, that's so great. Okay, all right. Y'all like it, I love it. Fuck it. Y'all like it, I love it. Go ahead. All right. I don't get it. I don't get it. And they clapping it up for it. I don't. Okay, to each his own. All right. As a woman, would y'all be happy with that?
No, that wouldn't work for me.
No, I don't like to share. I'm selfish when it comes to that department. I don't like to share. So I don't think that would not work for me, that situation. I don't care how much money is involved.
Not at all.
And me and Mike Mo knows Mike.
Go way back.
Mike.
I go way back with Mike back.
With Flex.
Yes.
We were doing shows with Flex going across the country and going.
Shout out to the Big Lip Bandit out Miami. Yes.
And we were doing it. But if Mike was making $12 an hour, do you think that chick would really be down? First of all, would she be with him off the muscle? And then agree to, you can actually smash other. Okay, all right. All right, guys. This has been great. That chair is phenomenal, Mo.
I'm gonna fly away now until Monday.
I'm gonna get a chair. I need a chair. I need a chair. But I just need to know what it's gonna have on it because you look like an angel. I need some. I don't want to be a devil, but I need something. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I need.
We're gonna work on it, Mike.
Yeah.
All right, Jay Black. Come back on Monday. His ass is out there with his wife. God bless him. They're celebrating their anniversary. They're doing, let me tell you something, Jay Black. When I tell you the material I've written about how constantly you are posting stuff on your vacation, homie.
Oh, it's crazy. Have you seen the post?
I've seen every post.
He is post happy.
He posted the snacks that they were going to eat.
Yes.
Oh my God. You look at it and tell it to Dr. Smith. All right, y'all. We're out of here. Thank y'all so much for supporting. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that, and understand there's only one thing in life that is guaranteed. It will end. So love every minute, every second, and never have a chair that makes you look like you're about to fly into heaven. It's Michael Shawn. Fight for your happiness, sexy Mo. Shawnee Scott, thank y'all ladies for doing such an incredible job the last 2 days. You always do an incredible job, but thank y'all for rocking out. Thank you to Dr. Smith and the TikTok lady. What's the TikTok lady's name again?
Lady
Q.
Okay, and shout to her. And we're gone. We'll see y'all Monday morning. Yeah.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where nothing's off limits. Free Agent Radio.